You're listening to The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids. We now leave our network programming to bring you the following special sports presentation.
The history, the tradition, the fun of Kernels baseball. It's time for exciting live coverage of Kernels baseball, right here on the Kernels Radio Network. Now, the voice of the Kernels. In his 11th season, here's John Rogers.
Greetings and welcome to Kernel Baseball here from Battle Creek, Michigan, where the Kernels got off on a very strong, positive foot last evening and whipping the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays 12-6, a game that saw the Kernels commit 4 errors, bang out 14 hits, and reach double digits in runs for the first time this season. And we're visiting this evening with last night's Kernel winning pitcher, Robert Moose Mosbach. And Moose, it had to feel pretty good for you to know that you had a couple of breaks go against you in the first couple of innings. Actually, we relinquished the lead, yet you hung in there and pitched 5 very strong innings, and our guys rallied, and you got the win.
Yeah, it's pretty tough when the defense is having a little trouble behind you, but you got to stick it out, and you know that your team's going to come through for you in the offense, and they're going to score some runs for you. We're a great hitting team. We always put up enough runs, and we're definitely coming through. And then
you got 2 big double plays, and I want to talk about the first one. It ended the first inning. The bases were loaded with 1 out, and you got a comebacker, a one-hopper. Take us through not the play, but what were you thinking before the play? The reason I asked, Moose, is it looked like you knew exactly what you wanted to do when that ball came back to you.
Well, before I pitched the ball, I knew if I did get a ball come back to me, I would definitely have to come home with it because you want to get the force out. So then as the ball came back to me, I was a little, hesitant. I wanted to make a good throw and get the first out. And the second one was also a bonus. So, whatever came to me, it's kind of like an instinct. We practice this a lot in PFP, and it just came to me as soon as the ball came.
PFP stands for?
Pitching Fielding Practice.
And Kernan Ronan, our pitching coach in the Angel organization, take that very, very seriously because a pitcher usually once or twice per start, Moose, can help himself with being ready for a ball hit back to him.
Yeah, Kernan's very good at that. We practiced it many times in spring training, and as we come out here, Kernan's very, diligent on getting us, to do everything correct and everything game-like speed. He's a very good coach, and he prepared me very well.
On the comebacker that you started the pitcher to catcher to first base double play to end the first inning last night, you were very poised. You didn't rush your throw to Flint Whipke.
Yeah, well, based on the fact that I made the first error of the game, it kind of got me a little hesitant on
a little jittery.
Yeah, a little jittery. I wanted to make a good throw, and I needed to get that force out, whether that was going to be the only out I would get. And Whipke, got rid of it really fast and got the out at first, which helped me out very much. He did a good job.
We're visiting with Robert Moose Mosbach about his first win as a Kernel last night. And Moose, we had a few choppy waters in the second inning, and the guys made another error in the second inning, and Southwest Michigan took the lead. And then in the third inning, you walked a man, gave up a single, but then you got out of that jam when Ryan Leahy started a double play. And I thought when that inning ended, that third inning on a double play, I thought that gave our club momentum going into the dugout.
Oh, definitely. As a pitcher, if your defense makes errors, you always got to rely on them. They're going to pick you up. They're never going to let you down. They're always going to be behind you. And if you go out there as a pitcher and you do not have confidence, it's going to be it's a mental head game for you. So I always have confidence in my defense, no matter what happens behind me. You just got to keep going, through your struggle, and that's what makes you a stronger pitcher, is getting through the obstacles.
It does. It's easy when you have your great stuff and perfect defense to kind of get complacent, but you really get tested when things don't go as planned. And Moose, I know that a lot of folks have heard of baseball players like Moose Skowron, and he was a great player with the Yankees and White Sox, and Moose Haas was a good pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers, and you're very proud of your so-called nickname Moose because it's just not a nickname for leading into Mosbach. Your grandfather gave it to you, and would you tell our listeners about that?
Yeah, well, back in the old days, my grandfather used to be a baseball player, and he was no big-time ball player. He had his runs in the minor leagues, but that's about it. But, he passed away when I was about 2, and I inherited that name, and it's something I carry on, and hopefully I'll be able to pass on, too.
Moose Mosbach is with us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show as the Kernels try to make it 3 in a row and win for the second time here at C.O. Brown Stadium. And Moose, as far as your background goes, you grew up in West Palm Beach, Florida. There are so many young professional baseball players who grow up in Texas, California, Florida, and I've always been told one of the reasons that Florida is such a ripe proving ground for young budding professional players is that you can play baseball all year round there. Did you as a kid play baseball in the cold weather months up here, December, January, February? Did you play baseball year round in Florida?
Oh yeah, the weather there is great. There's no such thing as cold weather down in Florida. You know, California and Texas, it always stays around warm weather. So as a pitcher, for me, pitching in the cold is very tough. You know, you get numbness in your fingers, you can't control your fastball, and you know, you got to deal with the weather elements, and it's very tough. But down in Florida, there's no such thing. You know, you get a couple wind gusts now and then, but the sun's always out. It's always a beautiful day. We get rain every now and then, but that's about it. And you can play year-round, which is great.
When you did play year-round as a kid, did you play for the same, quote, Little League team, or did you play for an AAU team? Or how many different teams might, say, a 10-year-old play for in Florida? Does he stick with the same team all year, or are there several leagues that you shift according to what month or season it is?
Well, nowadays they have a rec ball, and then they got millions of travel teams that go around. So you shift from team to team. Some coaches like to keep their same players. So, you know, as they keep coaching the same guy, you know, as they grow up, they can get a better team and a better feel from them. And basically, they shift from team to team most of the time.
When was the seed planted in your mind to try to become a professional baseball player?
Second grade.
And what spawned it? Was it watching games on TV, going to a big league game, playing the game yourself, your grandfather? What really spawned your desire to get to the point you are now?
Well, I've always loved sports, and for some reason I picked out baseball out of all the sports that I played. And ever since second grade, I think I've always wanted to be a pitcher. And, you know, I've gone through a lot of struggles with people saying that I'm either not big enough, not tall enough, not strong enough. But I've overcome some of the obstacles, and I'm here now. So really I can look back and actually tell them, you know, eat their own words and stuff like that.
So when you were a kid, you weren't the dominant big guy that kind of took control of a ball game. You're tall and strong now, but what was your physique when you were a little boy?
Well, really, I was about my freshman year. I almost got cut from the team. I did not play very much at all. I might have played a total of 10 innings. I was a relief pitcher. I was probably about 5'11", probably 120 pounds soaking wet. Probably had a fastball around 81 miles an hour. I've been an average athlete all through high school. For some reason, I sprouted my senior year due to, you know, extracurricular activities such as swimming, basketball, and all the other sports that I love to play. And it just developed my fastball, and with all the great coaches I've had through the years, they've helped me out very much.
So you were kind of like a Michael Jordan. He was cut from his 10th grade basketball team.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely a great story to tell. Michael Jordan, he's a great athlete. He's actually one of my idols. He's a very strong athlete, very poised, great on the basketball court, and great off the field.
That's what Moose Mosbach is. He won his first game last night to help the Kernels start this 8-game road trip on a positive note, and he went with us to a couple of elementary schools last week on behalf of Toyota Financial Services and the Gazette to promote reading in the community. We'll wrap things up from C.O. Brown Stadium with last night's Kernel winning hurler, Moose Mosbach, in just one moment. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Here for your communication needs, internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners, we make a good team. Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative Communications.
Turner Communications Triple Play, voice, video, and data with South Slope Cooperative in North Liberty. South Slope's lineup features everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and digital video TV service in most areas. For all your communication needs, think South Slope. Visit them at southslope.com.
Before the second game of the Kernel 4-game series here in Battle Creek, Michigan, we're talking it over on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show with last night's Kernel starting pitcher and winner, Moose Mosbach. And Moose, I wanted to talk a little bit about your time at Hillsborough Community College. That's in Tampa, and the community college itself is located right next to a very familiar landmark for baseball fans.
Oh, yeah, actually, right next to the field, you got the Yankee Stadium, the Yankees complex. I was very lucky to get into a college with, great atmosphere. And not too many fans, but everything around the stadium was excellent. A lot of great people there. Hillsborough Community College was a great place to play. I mean, I had great coaches, Gary Calhoun, Todd Harvey, and the fields were excellent. I've always played on great fields over the last couple of years, and I really appreciate that.
So you played not actually on Legends Field where the Yankees have their spring training, but part on the complex, and you're saying the fields were immaculately groomed because they were part of the Yankee training complex.
Oh, yeah, actually, I was very lucky. A lot of the Yankees players I got to be introduced to. Bernie Williams, we shagged BP for Bernie Williams. I saw Jim Thome. I saw Jorge Posada, Jeff Weaver throw a bullpen. I was really close to him. Actually, I was in arm's reach of a lot of them.
You got to shag balls that Bernie Williams hit.
Yeah, actually, our whole team got out there, and it was very impressive, BP.
Moose, finally, you grew up in West Palm Beach, and that's not far from the Atlantic Ocean and the beach. And what activities did you enjoy being that close to the ocean?
Actually, to tell you the truth, anytime I could get to the beach, I was there. I love the beach. I love to surf, boogie board, play volleyball, anything you can possibly do in a sunny day. I just love being out on the beach. The oceans are great, and it's a great sight.
Did you ever go on a jet ski?
Yes, I've gone on a jet ski a couple of times. It's a great experience. I've gone skiing, I've been waterboarding, wakeboarding, everything really you can do in an ocean I've done.
And you said earlier you like swimming.
Yes, I love swimming. My senior year is actually the first year I actually was on the swim team. I was mostly a breaststroke guy, freestyle 50, stuff that is short. I was actually, I would run out of breath when we do the 500 meter and stuff, so they didn't really let me do that very much. But yeah, it was a great experience.
Well, this has been a great experience, Moose, for you to take time to reflect not only on your win last night and the ball club's victory, but some of your personal background and some of the traits that have made you successful in your young career. Congratulations. Moose, when we get back from this 8-game road trip, we have an 8-game homestand, and you can enjoy a meal at any of our Zio Giano spaghetti houses, perfect pasta, homemade bread, pizza, the best of Italian cuisine. They'll cater to you, one person, or up to 10,001 at Zio Giano's. Moose Mosbach, congratulations, and thank you so much for your time here on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
That's Kernel's starter and winning pitcher from last night, Moose Mosbach. I'll have the starting lineups next. Game 2, Kernels and Southwest Michigan Devil Rays from Battle Creek, Michigan. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs, internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners, we make a good team. Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative Communications.
Turner Communications Triple Play, voice, video, and data with South Slope Cooperative in North Liberty. South Slope's lineup features everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and digital video TV service in most areas. For all your communication needs, think South Slope. Visit them at southslope.com.
Welcome to C.O. Brown Stadium, Eastern Iowa, and a special hello to all of you listening to this ball game on the Internet. The Kernels are in Battle Creek to take on the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays in the second game of a 4-game series that saw the Kernels lash out 14 hits and knock off the Devil Rays last night behind our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest starting pitcher Moose Mosbach. The Kernels trampling the Devil Rays 12-6. The Kernel victory elevated the ball club's first half record to 9-6. The Kernels remain in a two-way tie in second place in the Western Division first half standings of the Midwest League, 2 games back of the Kane County Cougars. They're 11-4. The Kernels and Beloit each 9-6. Meanwhile, the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays are lodged in 4th place in the 6-team Eastern Division first-half standings of the Midwest League. They're 6-9. Here are the starting lineups for the second game of this 4-game series. First for Cedar Barnes. Barnes, a familiar name to Detroit Tiger fans. That's where he played from 91 to 94 during his 9-year big league career. Cedar Barnes in his first year managing here in Battle Creek, Michigan. John Matulia is in center field leading off for Southwest Michigan. The shortstop hits second, Neil Walton. J.T. Hall will bat third and be in left field tonight. The cleanup batter for Southwest Michigan didn't play in last night's series opener. Garrett Gross, G-R-O-C-E, Gross in right field. He leads the Midwest League with a .472 on-base percentage. Rhyne Hughes at first base will hit fifth. The Devil Ray designated hitter Matt Spring also didn't play last night. He just had a 9-game hitting streak snapped Thursday night up in Appleton, Wisconsin. Matt Spring hitting sixth for Southwest Michigan. Batting seventh, Christian Lopez, the catcher. He came through with a 2-run single in the 9th inning last night. And it's Matt Devins hitting eighth and playing third base for the Devil Rays. Batting ninth, Hunter Vick, the second baseman. A tall lefty out of Boston College, Mike Wodarczyk, is on the hill making his 4th start for Southwest Michigan. Wodarczyk from Boston College, 23 years old, was a Tampa Bay 7th-round pick in last year's draft, and he split time with Princeton in the Appalachian League and Hudson Valley in the New York Penn League. Went 3-6 in his first year of pro ball last year with a 2.33 ERA in 15 starts. Mike Wodarczyk, a 6'5", 230-pound lefty from the state of New Jersey, pitched collegiately for the Boston College Eagles, now a member of the ACC. Wodarzyk's record this year, no wins, 1 loss, a 2.51 ERA. The Kernels starting lineup is brought to us by Allen Motor Company. How would you like your first year's maintenance free? Well, that got your attention, and Allen Motor Company is happy to extend that wonderful offer to you if you buy now a 2005 Buick LeSabre for just $249 a month. At Allen Motor Company, your first year's maintenance is free. Allen's is open late till 9 o'clock on Mondays and Thursdays, and to learn more about the terrific selection of vehicles and the prices, visit Allen's online at allenmotor.com. That's ALLENMOTOR.com. The Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup in this second game of the 8-game road trip here in the state of Michigan has Brad Kuhn in center leading off. He doubled and scored in the Kernel 2-run first inning last night. Heinle Stacia had 3 runs driven in. The shortstop will bat second in the Allen Motor Company Kernel lineup this evening. Patrick Riley capped the Kernel 4-run 4th inning with a 2-out, 2-run single. Riley's in left field with his .348 average hitting third. The Kernel cleanup batter is Jordan Renz. He'll serve as the designated hitter. Catching in the Allen Motor Company starting lineup and batting fifth, Brett Martinez. Mark Trumbo had an RBI single last night, came in the 7th inning, up the Kernel lead to 8-4. Trumbo's hitting 6th at first. In right field, Warner Madrigal will bat 7th. Dallas Morris is at the hot corner. He'll hit 8th, and batting 9th for the Kernels is Ryan Leahy. Leahy was a teammate of Southwest Michigan's starting pitcher this evening, lefty Mike Wodarczyk, and Ryan Leahy, also a graduate or a ball player at Boston College, where Wodarczyk went to school. On the hill for the Kernels, an 18-year-old 5th-round pick of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim a year ago, right-hander Tommy Mendoza. Tommy's won 1 and lost 1. His earned run average 3.78. Mendoza last pitched Monday in the Kernel series opening loss at home against the West Michigan Whitecaps. Tommy Mendoza hurled 6 innings on Monday at home, allowed 3 runs on 8 hits, struck out 4, walked none. The league hitting .288 against right-hander Tommy Mendoza. That's the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. It's been partly sunny, partly cloudy here in Cereal City, USA throughout the day. And as we begin action this evening, the temperature is 66 degrees. The umpires are standing at home plate. They've already received the lineup cards from Kernel manager Bobby Magianis and the field general of these Devil Rays, Cedar Barnes. The umpires are sponsored by Dr. Tom Anderson and Dr. Todd Brown of Anderson and Brown Eye Care. Things are coming into focus at Anderson and Brown Eye Care. It's a full-service eye care practice. You can have your eyes examined at Anderson and Brown Eye Care and then get fitted for glasses or contact lenses right on site, evening and Saturday hours for your convenience. And the building and exam rooms at Anderson and Brown Eye Care are wheelchair accessible. Anderson and Brown Eye Care, 1425 Boyson Road in Hiawatha, proud to sponsor our umpires. Well, the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays were raked across the coals in the Battle Creek Inquirer's story about last night's game. Cedar Barnes, their manager, said that they are lacking intensity and leadership and that he's been disappointed in their mental and physical tenacity here the first 2 weeks of the season. Their record is 6-9, and Southwest Michigan has finished warming up down the right field line. They're now walking back into their first base dugout in their white home uniforms with green sleeves, green caps, and green letters. The Kernels are in their gray road uniforms with red letters, Cedar Rapids inscripted in block letters across the front, red numbers trimmed in white, and red socks. The Kernels tonight are wearing their all navy blue caps with the red Kernel emblem in the middle of the bill, with the corn husk and the Kernel baseball in that corn husk resting in as a corn kernel. Let's give you a look at afternoon action on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. First of all, out in Oakland, our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, hold a 5-4 lead playing Oakland, their arch rival, this afternoon in the Coliseum. The State Farm Major League scoreboard brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, Brad Dunn, and Al Shetler. Let's start in the National League. The Brewers tied an all-time record, slugging 5 home runs in an inning, and at Miller Park, Milwaukee dismantled the Reds 11-0. At Busch Stadium, the Cardinals knocked off the Cubs 4-1. In the American League, the 2 finals we have on the State Farm Major League scoreboard from earlier this afternoon in the Bronx, the Yankees stomped Baltimore 6-1, and at Rogers Center, the former Sky Dome, it was the Blue Jays trouncing the Red Sox 8-1. And again, they are in the top of the ninth now, or bottom of the eighth in Oakland, and our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, in a 3-way tie with Texas and the A's. The Angels are holding a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the eighth in Oakland. Everything else is tonight on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. The skies have turned a bit overcast here. The wind is blowing in from center field. As we mentioned on last night's broadcast, sadly enough, this is the 12th and final year of professional baseball here in Battle Creek. They're moving, I found out, not 2 or 2.5, but 3 hours north of here to Midland, Michigan. The Dow Chemical Company is underwriting the entire construction and cost of a new stadium, and they have $35 million dedicated to bringing professional baseball to Midland, Michigan, and that will be our longest road trip in this league. Dayton, Ohio, our longest the last several years, but when they have a professional team up in Midland, Michigan, I think that will be at least another hour longer drive than we have to go to get to Dayton, Ohio. So the Midwest League continues to expand and sprout all over in new markets. When I first came into this league, the Rockford team Rockford, Illinois had a franchise, and it, of course, moved from Rockford to Dayton, Ohio. And I'm trying to think if any other teams have moved during my time in this Midwest League, and I can't think of any others. Of course, before my arrival in the league in '96, there were teams in Springfield, Illinois, and Madison, Wisconsin, and Jack Rader, our general manager, was the head man up in Wausau, Wisconsin, before they moved to Kane County. Well, the Devil Rays are about to take the field. We want to remind you that Premier College Baseball action is slated for this Wednesday, April 26th at Veterans Memorial Stadium. It's the 3rd annual Corridor Classic, pitting the UNI Panthers against the Iowa Hawkeyes. And to order tickets for that 3rd annual Corridor Classic between UNI and Iowa, call our ticket office at 896-7560. The third annual I-380 Corridor Classic set to go at 6:30 Wednesday, April 26th. Let's pause here in Battle Creek and honor America with the singing of the national anthem. Well, not the best of sound systems here, but a trio of college-aged girls singing the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, as the Kernels gun for their third straight victory and try to make it two straight here in Battle Creek over the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays. The top three in the Kernel order to face lefty Mike Wodarczyk out of the Boston College, Brad Kuhn, Heinle Stacia, Patrick Riley. Wodarczyk last pitched Monday up in Appleton, Wisconsin, a no decision in a Southwest Michigan 10-inning triumph over the Timber Rattlers in Appleton, a 4-3 Devil Ray win. Wodarczyk pitched 6 innings, gave the Timber Rattlers 3 runs in 6 innings on 8 hits, struck out 4, walked none. This lefty is 6'5" with an ERA of 2.51. And the league is hitting only 192 against Mike Wodarczyk. It's a Polish name, I would guess, Wlodarczyk. And if you can spell that right back to me, you would be a champion in any spelling bee. Wlodarczyk, Mike Wodarczyk from Boston College. The lights have just been turned on here at C.O. Brown Stadium, where it's 322 down the left field line, 333 down the right field line. An 8-foot-high plywood wall forms the outfield wall until you get to dead center, and then there's a very dark green, 16-foot-high green monster-like structure. The silver flagpole is right above the 402 sign, 402 feet to dead center in that 16-foot-high wall. Brad Kuhn will bat first for the Kernels, and it's great to have you aboard as we approach 7 o'clock here, 20 till 7 here in Battle Creek, 20 till 6 in eastern Iowa. Brad Kuhn is batting .271 on the year. No homers, 6 RBIs. Kuhn doubled and scored in the first last night. And then he walked and scored in the Kernel 4-run fourth, delivered a sacrifice fly in the 8th inning. And ball 1 is low and away to the Kernel left-handed hitting leadoff batter, Brad Kuhn. Wodarczyk works quickly and fires a fastball low and outside for ball 2. Brad Kuhn, straightaway stance, wore batting gloves for the first time in a game last night, and he's wearing batting gloves again tonight. And he takes upstairs for ball 3. Matt Devins is well off the line at third for Southwest Michigan. Strike 1 called from the tall lefty, Wodarczyk. 14 and a third innings pitched by Mike in the early going, and he struck out 15 hitters. Kuhn takes strike 2 call. Brad is a guy that likes to run the count deep and full, and that's what he's done here in the top of the first inning. Payoff delivery is low. Ball 4, and Brad Kuhn has drawn a leadoff walk here in the first inning. He trots down to first. Kind of a misnomer, isn't it, when you call a walk, because very few guys actually walk to first. Oh, there are a few. Barry Bonds walks to first base. Carl Everett walks to first base. Pete Rose Part of the reason they nicknamed me Charlie Hustle, he sprinted to first base after a walk. Heinle Stacia, 1 for 4 last night, tied the game at 4 with a 2-out single in the 4th inning. Heinle batting .286, no homers, 5 RBIs. Switch hitter batting right, and he takes strike 2 from Wodarczyk. Brad Kuhn has been going back towards first base on the first couple of pitches to his teammate Stacia, meaning Brad's having a tough time reading 6'5" lefty Mike Wodarczyk. Stacia on the 0-2 pitch, lofts it foul, out of play down the right field line. We're just underway here in Battle Creek. And Brad Kuhn, the Colonel leadoff batter, aboard at first, an 0-2 count on Heinle Stacia. Stacia, a switch hitter with a slightly open stance. The catcher Lopez sets up outside, and the delivery's a pitch out for ball 1 to Heinle. Brad Kuhn not running. He's being held at first by Rhyne Hughes. The outfield plays Stacia very shallow, and they play Heinle to hit the other way. A change up, and Heinle Stacia reached out and was off balance. He swings and misses, strike 3. So Mike Wodarczyk pulled the string on Heinle Stacia and got him swinging. 1-on-1 out here in the Colonel first for Pat Riley. Riley has hit safely in his last 5 games, and he put the Colonels ahead with a 2-run single in the 4th inning. It came with 2 out, made the score 6-4 Colonels, and then he drove in a run in the Colonel 4-run 8th inning. Pat Riley leading the Colonels in hitting with a .348 average, calls time and steps out. A light breeze continues to blow in from center field. A dirt path is carved between the mound and the dirt batting circle here at C.O. Brown Stadium, and Patrick Riley takes a pitch down and away, a fastball, ball 1. Mike Wodarczyk has a commanding presence on the mound. He reminds me a lot of former Colonel lefty Nick Touchstone. Ball 2 outside to Riley. J.T. Hall's playing Patrick near the line in left field. John Matulia in center is shifted way around into left center. And Garrett Gross is playing straight away and right for the Double Rays. Riley bounces one over the hill. The only play for the second baseman, Vick, is to throw out Patrick Riley. Kuhn advances into scoring position as Patrick Riley bounces out over the mound. The second baseman, Vick, Hunter Vick, who didn't play in last night's series opener, had to charge in, and he took the 2-hopper and flung it to first for the second out of the inning. Here's a 2-out RBI chance for Jordan Renz, the Colonel DH and cleanup batter. Jordan has lifted his average to .324. 1 home run, 8 runs driven in for the Colonel cleanup man. 2 for 5 last night. Jordan drove in 2 runs, and he scored twice. Ooh, a strike on the outside corner. And the reason I said, ooh, that pitch looked about a foot outside. Jordan stands straight away from the right side. Shoulder width stance. And he uses a rust-colored maroon bat. A let-up just low for ball 1. Renz, a .198 hitter with the Colonels last year with 9 home runs and 55 RBIs in 103 games. Kuhn at second. 2 away here in the top of the first inning. There's a changeup, and it's the strike called. Jordan steps out and taps his spikes. He's in the hole 1-2. Bobby Magallanes coaching to the home plate side of the third base box so he can get a good look at his runner at second, Brad Kuhn. Eric Owens, the Colonel hitting coach, standing to the right field side of the box at first, coaching, and ball 2 is low. To Jordan Renz. The Corridor Classic, Wednesday, April 26th at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and you can buy a raffle ticket for $5, and if you win, you'll be rewarded with a $4,900 travel voucher. Kuhn is running, and the 2-2 pitch is cued foul off the end of the bat. into the net that connects the top of the backstop to the top of the grandstand roof here at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek. Lights are on. We had a crowd of 828 here last night. And the Kernels won it 12-6. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Jordan Renz is gone on strikes, and the Kernels threaten but don't score in the first inning this evening. No runs, a walk. There were no Kernel hits and no errors committed by the Devil Rays. The Kernels leave one man on. And after one half inning, it's the Kernels nothing in Southwest Michigan coming to bat. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' full-service landscaping and lawn care center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving eastern Iowans for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road, behind Guppy's on the Go. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of trees and shrubs like magnolias, maples, and lilacs. And for a limited time, buy any potted tree and Cedar Rapids Greenhouses will deliver and plant it free. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home. From retaining walls to ponds, waterfalls, and fountains, they'll work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. Lawn care featuring mowing, fertilization, seeding, sodding, aeration, dethatching, maintenance, and cleanup are all done with care and precision. For the highest quality and low prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's full-service landscapers at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin Insurance agent at Andrews Insurance in Cedar Rapids. I'd like to introduce you to an easy-to-understand, affordable life insurance plan with great benefits. It's simplified issue whole life from Pekin Insurance. The plan requires no medical exam, has guaranteed rates for life, and a guaranteed cash value. Life insurance made simple and affordable from Pekin Insurance. To learn more, contact me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
18-year-old right-hander Tommy Mendoza, in his rookie year of pro ball last season, started 5 games, relieved in 10 others for the Mesa Rookie Ball Angels in Arizona, and made a start in Rancho Cucamonga. The first pitch from Tommy, a right-hander, is low, a fastball to John Matulia. No score as the Kernels got a walk from Brad Kuhn, but Mike Wodarczyk, the tall lefty for the Devil Rays, struck out a pair in the first. A high drive into shallow right has Warner Madrigal racing in, and Warner trots in and puts it away for the first out here in the Devil Ray first inning. John Matulia, who last night reached his first 2 times up, drove in a run and scored in Southwest Michigan's 3-run second inning. Matulia was 1 for 5 last night. He's 0 for 1 tonight as he flies out to shallow right. The sun has reappeared, and it's great to see the sun with the lights on here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Neil Walton, right-handed hitting shortstop, faces Mendoza, and ball 1 is low. Neil Walton is hitting 186, no homers, 1 RBI. He's from Cal State Fullerton, 22 years old, and Tommy delivers low and away for ball 2. Tommy Mendoza was the Kernel opening night starter back in Beloit, Wisconsin, over 2 weeks ago. He's wearing a long-sleeve red shirt underneath his Kernel gray road top, and a letter-high fastball is a strike call to Neil Walton. Walton scored 2 of the 6 Devil Ray runs in the Kernel victory here last night. He was 1 for 5. Neil swings late and misses, strike 2. Tommy Mendoza reminds me a little bit of a former big league star with the Mets and Cardinals, Neil Allen. He comes straight over the top, and a fastball is inside and high. It's a full count now to Neil Walton. This shortstop was a 16th round Tampa Bay draft choice last year out of Cal State Fullerton. And he swings and misses at some high heat from the Kernel right-hander. Neil Walton fans on a 3-2 pitch. 2 away here in the Devil Ray first inning. No score. And J.T. Hall now bats. We told you on last night's broadcast, Hall was playing amateur baseball in New Orleans in the league known as the Sugarcane League. He would drive from Mississippi to New Orleans every Sunday, and the Devil Rays had a scout at one of his games, and they signed him. A pitch corked to first off the glove of Trumbo, and then it dies behind Mark, still on the infield, picked up by Ryan Leahy, and they give J.T. Hall a base hit. We told you last night that this dirt in front of home plate and the skin of the infield is rock hard. It's like playing on the tarmac of an airport or a runway of an airport. The ball, it just bounces funny and high because of the hard dirt. And Mark Trumbo couldn't handle that three-hop smash a bit to his right. It deflected off his mitt, and then Ryan Leahy was there to pick it up. But it's an infield single for J.T. Hall. Hall had 3 hits last night, another tonight. And now we see for the first time in this series Garrett Gross. Gross from a throw to first, and J.T. Hall just got back in hand first. Gross started his collegiate career at Georgia Tech, then transferred to Columbus State. And he's 22 years old. He'll be 23 on Monday. A throw to first, and Hall gets back hand first. J.T. Hall is singled with 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning for Southwest Michigan. And Tommy Mendoza's next pitch is a high drive into left in front of the warning track near the line. Patrick Riley squeezes it. Garrett Gross hit it high and deep down the line and left for the final out of the Devil Ray first. No runs for Southwest Michigan, a 2-out hit. There were no Kernel errors, and the Devil Rays leave a runner aboard. The Kernels come to bat for the second time against lefty Mike Wodarczyk out of Boston College, and we're scoreless here in Battle Creek. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Kernel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
Meet Jim. When it's nice out, he spends weekends in his yard trying to kill weeds.
Gotcha.
Meet Dave. He spends weekends on the green. That's because Greg's Lawn Service takes care of his lawn. Mowing, fertilizing, pruning, and, weed control. Greg's does the big jobs, too. Landscaping, retaining walls, curb edging, and patios. So when you've had enough of those little devils...
Aha! Yes!
Call 393-0101. Greg's Lawn Service, a cut above the rest.
Hi, I'm Tanya Sedlock, your local Pekin Insurance agent at Andrews Insurance here in Cedar Rapids. We all know how quickly life can change. You buy a new car or a new home. Your family is blessed with a new baby. Your teenager starts driving the family car. I'm here to help with a complete line of insurance plans to give you protection when you need it the most. Pekin Insurance has been in business of insuring people for 85 years. I'm here to put your interests first. Please visit me, Tanya Sedlock, at the Andrews Agency.
Brett Martinez didn't play in last night's Kernel 12-6 series opening win here. Brett is hitting an even 300, no homers, 6 RBIs, and he goes up swinging and tips the first pitch foul into the glove of catcher Christian Lopez. Sun continues to shine here with the lights on. No score second inning. Wodarczyk fires high, and it's 1-1 to Brett Martinez. No homers, 6 RBIs. Brett, a 22-year-old right-handed hitting catcher. And a let-up sinks low for ball 2. It's a final now from Oakland. Good news, the Kernel parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, have shaded Oakland 5-4. Martinez whistles the 1-1 pitch foul to the base of the backstop. It's 1-2 to Brett. And that gives the Angels a 9-9 record in the early going. Oakland won last night's series opener 5-3, but the Angels bounced back today, winning 5-4. Martinez with a beautiful piece of hitting as he laces a single through the hole of the right side of the Devil Ray infield. Brett Martinez shortened his stroke up, and he has the first Kernel hit of this game, leading off the second with a low liner into right field. Boy, I like what I see of Brett Martinez. We've raved about his defensive strengths in blocking pitches in the dirt and throwing runners out, trying to steal bases, but he's carried a very good bat for the Kernels as well. Martinez with a short lead at first. He's running. Mark Trumbo takes ball one high. The throw to second, and Brett steals it. Brett Martinez has his third stolen base of the season. The throw by Christian Lopez was right on target, but Martinez was tagged on the batting helmet by the second baseman Hunter Vick as he slid in safely. The Kernels stole 4 bases last night. They lead the league in steals. That's the 29th Kernel stolen base of the season, and this is the Kernel's 16th game of the year. Brett Martinez is at second with nobody out. Ball 2 way high and outside from big Mike Wodarczyk. Mark Trumbo has his average on the rise, 175, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Trumbo was 2 for 4 last night. A run-scoring single in the 7th inning, and that raised the Kernel lead to 8-4. Trumbo goes the other way and lifts it foul over the first base Devil Ray dugout. They're called the Devil Rays. Their slogan is catch some rays, and the grass is cut like sun rays from home plate out towards the crushed limestone warning track. Trumbo goes the other way again and chops the pitch foul past first for strike 2. Yes, the grass is cut as though the home plate area is the sun, and then 5 rays cut out to center field, right center, left center, and down the lines, the shape of sun rays. Trumbo grounds one to first. He broke his bat. An easy play for Rhyne Hughes, and Mark is out, but he gives himself up. Mark Trumbo has advanced the go-ahead run in this game. Brett Martinez to third as he broke his bat and rolled it to first. Near the bag, Rhyne Hughes picked it up and retired Mark Trumbo unassisted. But what a good piece of fundamental hitting by Mark Trumbo to advance Martinez to third. Now the infield is back for Southwest Michigan. That means Warner Madrigal has a great chance, if he can put the ball in play on the ground, to put the Kernels ahead here in the first. Boy, that Mark Trumbo, for only a 20-year-old second-year professional, is very cognizant of the way the game is supposed to be played. He was determined to get Martinez to third, and he did. Warner Madrigal leans out over the plate and misses a tailing fastball. It's 1-1 to Warner. Key man in this inning for the Kernels, a .269 right-handed hitting batter with no homers, 2 RBIs. There's strike 2 to Madrigal. Warner began the Kernel 4-run rally in the 4th last night with a base hit. Now the infield comes in as Mike Wodarczyk steps off the rubber. Infield in now for the Devil Rays with a 2-strike count on Madrigal. Brett Martinez at third. Strike 3 called on the inside corner to Warner. Big strikeout for Mike Wodarczyk, so it'll take a base hit from Dallas Morris as poor Warner Madrigal stood befuddled on that pitch on the inside corner that was called strike 3. Let's see if Dallas Morris can get that run home from third. Brett Martinez singled to start this second, stole second, advanced to third on a ground ball out to first by Trumbo, but then Warner Madrigal was caught looking. Ball 1 low to Dallas Morris. 125 hitter, no homers, no RBIs. Dallas was 1 for 4 last night, doubled and scored in the 6th inning to make it 7-4 Kernels. Ball 2 is in the dirt, blocked by Christian Lopez to prevent a wild pitch, and it's 2-0 on Dallas Morris. No, Warner Madrigal tried desperately to put the ball in play and drive home that runner from third, but you have to credit Mike Wodarczyk. He made a very good 2-strike pitch, and he caught Warner looking. That same pitch, a cut fastball at the knees on the inside edge, is strike one to Dallas Morris. Dallas is a right-handed batter out of the University of Louisiana Lafayette. Open stance. And strike two inside corner at the knees. That seems to be Mike Wodarzik's best pitch to a right-handed batter. A cut fastball that the Colonel batters back away from, but it's been a strike so far tonight. There's the same pitch, and this time Dallas fights it off and plugs it foul on the ground over the head of Brett Martinez at third base. No score. Runner at third for the Colonels here in the top of the second inning. 65 degrees now. A big gap in the left center field alley for Dallas Morris, who takes low for ball three. Yes, Mike Wodarzik reminds me a lot of our Colonel tall lefty from last season, Nick Touchstone. Nick was released in the offseason by the Angels and signed with the Royal organization, but to our knowledge, Kansas City did not keep Nick Touchstone. Ground ball off the mound into center field, a two-out RBI single for Dallas Morris. Getting it back in, John Matulia, as Martinez scores, and how about Dallas Morris? He picked up Warner Madrigal, who struck out looking with one out and a runner at third here in the second. Morris hammered it off the side of the hill to the left of Neil Walton at short into center field, and it's 1-0 Colonels here in the top of the second inning. Big two-out single to drive home the game's first run by Dallas Morris. Boy, that was clutch. Now Morris is running. They throw to first, and Dallas is sliding into second, tagged out by Neil Walton. So Dallas Morris is caught stealing. The pickoff went pitcher to first baseman to shortstop. 1-3-6. Ryan Leahy will lead off the Colonel third inning. One run for the Colonels in the second on two base hits, a stolen base. No Southwest Michigan errors. A man caught stealing to end the inning. The Colonels leave the bases empty. And after an inning and a half in the second game of this four-game series in Cereal City, USA, Battle Creek, Michigan, Colonels on top of the Devil Rays, 1-0. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one.
Do you, Susan Sweet, take Giuseppe Florentino?
You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared in Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for Il Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? Hey, my hair is my trademark. I gotta be able to count on a good cut and stuff to keep my hair looking thick, even if it's not.
I get a good cut, no long wait, a smile, and a little something left over in my wallet.
I get little trims that keep my hair long and healthy, and stuff to make it loose and curly one day, straight and sassy the next.
With expert stylists trained in the latest trends and techniques and your favorite professional styling and hair care products, you'll always get what you're looking for at Cost Cutters. At Cost Cutters, you can always count on convenient, affordable, professional care and products that help you create just the style you want. At Cost Cutters, you'll always get a little more.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? A slick, clean cut, great highlights, and a little wink from the hottest stylist I've ever seen.
A two-out single driving home Brett Martinez by Dallas Morris has staked the Colonels to an early 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second for Southwest Michigan. Rhyne Hughes grounds the first pitch foul. Pass first between the Devil Ray hitting coach and the line. Tommy Mendoza misses low with the fastball. That Southwest Michigan hitting coach is Brady Williams, the son of former big league skipper Jimmy Williams. The left-handed swinging, Ryan Hughes pops one a mile high to third base, and Dallas Morris right in front of the edge of the dirt before it meets the grass of the outfield and left makes the catch, and Ryan Hughes has popped out to third to start the Southwest Michigan second inning. 1-0 Kernels. It's just past the top of the hour here in Battle Creek, and we want to remind you, here's a ground ball up the middle. Heinley Stacia has it behind second, fires across the diamond to get Matt Spring. Spring broke his bat as Tommy Mendoza came right in on his trademark, and Matt looped it on one hop to the left of Stacia. Heinley moved quickly to his left, gloved it, and threw the batter out. Quickly 2 gone here in the Southwest Michigan second, 1-0 Kernels. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network. ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids. So Rhyne Hughes has popped to third. Matt Spring, who didn't play last night, has bounced to short. And here's Christian Lopez, a right-handed hitter, taking a mammoth cut and missing strike one. Lopez is 21 years old. A high pick by Tampa Bay in 2003, a 6th rounder. This is his 3rd year of pro ball. Open stance, wide stance, and he shoots the 0-1 pitch foul into the screen. Strike 2. Christian Lopez, 21 years old, from Miami. Tampa Bay drafted him out of high school. He's 6'1", 185. His belly button faces the right side of the Kernel infield with that open stance. Mendoza wastes the next pitch low and away for ball 1. Tommy's making his 4th start of the year. 1-1 his record and a 3.78 earned run average, the league hitting .288 against Tommy Mendoza. A ground ball on one hop right back to the mound. Mendoza on to first to get Christian Lopez. That was a hard hit ball on one hop, and Tommy Mendoza reacted very quickly, turned his glove upwards and fielded it belt high and then threw out Lopez. A 1-2-3 inning for 18-year-old Kernel right-hander Tommy Mendoza, and the Kernels are coming to bat in the top of the 3rd inning with a 1-0 lead over the Devil Rays. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin Insurance agent at Andrews Insurance here in Cedar Rapids. Even though we all do our best to stay healthy, we can never anticipate when an illness or accident might strike. Couple that reality with rising medical costs, and the importance of a top-notch medical plan becomes clear. Pekin Insurance offers a wide choice of deductibles and a non-tobacco user discount. To explore the major medical insurance plan that best fits you, visit me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
Hi, this is Dave Town with Five Seasons Transportation and Parking. Do you ever wonder if it's safe to send your child on the bus? It is, and here's a few reasons why. All the buses in Cedar Rapids are equipped with security cameras, so the drivers always know what's happening behind them. The buses also have global positioning systems, or GPS, which means they can be tracked at any time by satellite. Does that surprise you? It shouldn't. Five Seasons Transportation takes safety very seriously, and we've taken many steps to make sure your child will have a safe, easy ride every time they take the bus. Even when your child isn't on the bus, Five Seasons Transportation is helping keep them safe by using pollution-free biodiesel and alcohol fuels, Iowa products that help keep the air clean. And if your child is ever in trouble, they can always flag down a bus for help. I'm Dave Town, and I like to think of the bus as a traveling safety cocoon, motoring along Cedar Rapids streets. And keep in mind, if the bus is that safe and easy for your child, maybe you should think about riding the bus to work. Affordable, convenient, and safe. That's the bus. Ride it.
A clash between two former teammates and friends at Boston College. Ryan Leahy, the number 9 hitter in the Kernel order, the second baseman, to face Mammoth lefty Mike Wodarczyk, also a baseball player at BC, Boston College. And Leahy ropes it on one hop to first, a diving stop by Rhyne Hughes, and Ryan Leahy is retired by his former college teammate on a sharply hit bullet, a one-hopper. Ryan Hughes dove to his right and took a base hit away from Ryan Leahy. Hughes then popped to his feet and beat Leahy to first base for the first out here in the 3rd inning, 1-0 Kernels. Strike one is in to Brad Kuhn. Kuhn walked his first time up. And there's a strike. 0-2 to Brad Kuhn. Brad Brad checks his swing and didn't go around on the 0-2 pitch. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the third, 1-0 Kernels. A 2-out, run-scoring single in the second by Dallas Morris drove home Brett Martinez. Brad grounds one to the first baseman. He went far to his right to reach down and get it, and then the left-handed throwing Rhyne Hughes leads the pitcher Wodarczyk to the bag ahead of Brad Kuhn, and the putout goes 3-1, 2 away here in the Kernel third inning. We're back at home for an 8-game homestand starting Saturday, a week from this evening, against South Bend. That's a 5 o'clock start. The gates open at 4 this Saturday, the 29th, a week from tonight. Heinle Stacia punches the first pitch in the air to straightaway center, and moseying in a few steps to tuck it away and end the Kernel third is John Matulia. Stacia flies to center. The Kernels are retired on 4 pitches in the top of the third inning. And after 2.5, the Kernels won, Southwest Michigan nothing. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
If your spring cleaning plans include throwing out household furniture items, be sure to follow the instructions on the orange bulky item collection flyer you received in the mail. Up to 4 items, such as couches, mattresses, and box springs, dressers, wooden desks, and bookshelves, would be picked up by city crews. However, appliances, TVs, computer components, and scrap metal will not be collected. Your orange flyer will tell you where to dispose of such prohibited items. Thanks for using your orange flyer as your spring cleanup resource.
Well, that comforting and therapeutic backdrop music signals an announcement from Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. Tomorrow will be the third and final day of the Spring Open House at Peck's. Visit them at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads Northeast for a celebration, a milestone celebration. Peck's has served our area proudly, family-owned, for 50 years. And they'll have free drawings and door prizes tomorrow at Peck's. Lots of flower and plant specials. The Spring Open House at Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. Peck's has been supplying Cedar Rapids and all of eastern Iowa with the finest flowers and plants the last 50 years. Their knowledgeable staff will gladly add all the expert help and advice you need to make your plants grow their best this spring. On the open house at Peck's, visit tomorrow. Tommy Mendoza has retired 4 straight Southwest Michigan hitters. He'll go to work here in the bottom of the third, trying to protect a Kernel 1-0 lead. Matt Devins, right-handed batter, is first up, and he takes over but low for ball 1. The Kernels were retired on just 4 pitches in the top of this third inning and lead it 1-0. Devins takes a strike, a fastball. Your chance to earn a prize from Bruce Moore coming up in the 5th inning, our Bruce Moore Bonanza. And to find the answer and earn a prize or reward, you'll log on to Bruce Moore's website, www.brucemore.org. Ball 2 downstairs to the .237 hitting Matt Devins. Tommy with a fastball at the belt outside corner, strike 2. Matt Devins is from Stony Brook University in New York. He lives in Utica. 1 for 3 last night. He started the Devil Ray 3-run second inning with the leadoff single. He corks it on 2 hops to third. Dallas Morris has it, throws low, but what a stab. What a pick in the dirt, out of the dirt by Mark Trumbo to prevent a throwing error by Dallas Morris. Dallas's throw was to the right field side at first, and Mark Trumbo had to lean way out, and he dug it out of the dirt and prevented a wild throw, and that retires Matt Devins 1 away here in the Devil Ray third inning, 1-0 Kernels. And switch hitting, well, he's not a switch hitter because he's batting right. He's listed as a switch hitter. Hunter Vick stands in, and a strike to the pint-sized 24-year-old number 9 hitter, Hunter Vick. They list him at 5'10", but he looks about 5'7", 5'8". A line drive over Trumbo's head, slices foul into the Southwest Michigan right field bullpen. 1-0 Kernels with nobody on, 1 away here in the bottom of the third inning. Brad Kuhn is shifted way around into right center for the Kernels. And Hunter Vick pounds the next pitch foul off the plate. It rolls towards Cedar Barnes, who's a 49-year-old first-year skipper here in Battle Creek. Cedar was born in Cincinnati, drafted by the Reds in 1978, lives in Indianapolis. Strike three called. Tommy Mendoza with a blistering fastball, letter high outside corner, gets Hunter Vick on a called third strike, and that is now 6 in a row set down by the Colonel right-hander Mendoza. Tommy, in his 3 previous starts, has amassed 16 2/3 innings, given up 19 hits in 16 2/3, struck out 11, and walked only 2. Ball one upstairs to left-handed hitting leadoff batter John Matulia. John's batting .163, no homers, 4 RBIs. Ball 2 pops out of the catcher's glove of Brett Martinez. Matulia, Matulia, drafted out of high school by Tampa Bay. He's only 19 years old, lives in Florida, and was a 10th round Devil Ray pick last season. Played 27 games with Princeton and hit .362. Fastball rides high and outside to the left-handed batter for ball 3. Matulia stands straight away from the left side, wears a pair of bright white batting gloves. And there's a 4-pitch walk. It comes with 2 outs. That's one of the few things that kind of irks the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim brass. It goes against their philosophy for their hurlers at any level to issue 2-out walks. Tommy Mendoza, as I said, had only walked 2 batters in 16 2/3 previous innings, but he issues a free pass that has the tying run aboard at first for the Devil Rays here in the bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 Kernels. The sun has stopped shining, and it's now partly cloudy here, we'll call it. The lights are on, and Neil Walton, who struck out in the 1st, takes strike 1, a fastball. Throw to first, and Matulia scoots back hand first. He just got back. Neil Walton's hitting .186, no homers, 1 RBI. Batted 257 games in the New York Penn League last year with Hudson Valley. Never been to a ballpark in the New York Penn League. They play from mid-June until late August. Ground ball to deep short. Heinle Stacia scoots to his left, gloves, and flips to second. On the receiving end, Ryan Leahy, in the force of John Matulia, off the bat of Neil Walton, goes shortstop to second, 6-4. Tommy Mendoza pitches around a 2-out walk and gets a force out at second to end the Devil Rays 3rd inning. No runs for Southwest Michigan, no hits, no Colonel errors, 1 stranded by Southwest Michigan, their 2nd left of the evening. After 3 here at C.O. Brown Stadium, the Colonels on top of Southwest Michigan, 1-0. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Diet Pepsi is taking you to the movies. All kinds of movies, like horror films.
Hey, there's a guy with a hockey mask outside. Let's go see what he wants. Okay.
Sci-fi film.
Gentlemen, we're in luck. Those aliens speak American.
Kung Fu movies.
Your English voiceover looks terrible. Take my nunchucks.
Teen flicks.
I am so ugly. Well, you'd be hot if you ditched your glasses and your nerdy side ponytail. Oh my gosh, I am hot.
Foreign film.
Le French fries, the French toast.
Baguette, le bougelet.
Bougelet croissant.
Crime films.
So did you find anything?
Only this computer disk labeled totally incriminating evidence.
Well, keep looking.
Introducing the Diet Pepsi box office promotion. Find a code in specially marked Diet Pepsi packages. Collect and enter codes at DietPepsiBoxOffice.com to redeem for a movie ticket, even to action movies.
Well, the bad guy's dead. I'll just turn my back.
I can't believe you fell for that.
Light, crisp, refreshing Diet Pepsi.
Subject to official rules, void where prohibited in 63006. Multiple purchases required. See website for redemption details.
Imagine the convenience of accomplishing your next real estate transaction under one roof. Buying a home, selling a home, or securing the right mortgage loan are simple and worry-free at Todd Financial Services. Todd Financial Services knows that you've worked hard to be able to make the dream of home ownership a reality. Todd Financial Services understands that people do business with people they trust. You can count on Todd Financial Services to put you and your needs first so that your real estate transactions are pleasurable.
Mike Wodarczyk breezed through the Kernel third inning, setting the side down in order on 4 pitches. He'll face Patrick Riley, the Kernel number 3 hitter, here in the top of the 4th inning. 1-0 Kernels, a lefty against lefty matchup, and ball 1 misses low to Pat Riley. Riley leads the Kernels with 9 runs driven in, and he missed on a pitch down and in, strike 1 swinging. Halo happenings results from around the Angel organization, and a special Halo happening to share with you this evening from Battle Creek, thanks to Kernel Director of Media Relations Todd Brummelkamp. The 1-1 pitch is squirted on the ground foul into the Kernel third base dugout. 1-2 now to Riley. Aaron Peel, a Kernel outfielder 2 seasons ago and last year, was named Minor League Player of the Day for a very explosive night offensively in an Arkansas win last night, 11-10 over Wichita. Riley stays alive and loops the 1-2 pitch foul down the third base line into the stands. It's still 1-2 to Patrick Riley, leading off here in the Kernel third. The next delivery, this one too, is popped foul onto the grandstand roof above the Kernel third base dugout. Aaron Peel capped a 5-hit night last night with an RBI single in the bottom of the 10th in Little Rock, Arkansas, to give the Angel AA affiliate Arkansas Travelers an 11-10 victory. Look out, a pitch pulled foul at the feet of the independent umpire coaching beyond first base, and Patrick Riley has fouled off 3 2-strike pitches from lefty Mike Wodarczyk. Peel, the former Kernel, was 5 for 6. He scored 3 times, and he had 2 doubles. He was named Minor League Player of the Day for his 5 hits in Arkansas's 10th inning, 11-10 win over Wichita. A breaking pitch almost hit Pat Riley. It's ball 2. Arkansas amassed 19 hits, none of them home runs. Wichita didn't hit a home run either. Here's a high fly ball into shallow left center. The shortstop, Neil Walton, is underneath it, and he comes together with J.T. Hall. They collide, but it's the shortstop, Walton, who winds up catching Pat Riley's pop-up into left center. Neil Walton, the shortstop, gloved that one about 20 feet out in left center field for the first out of the Kernel 4th inning. 1-0 Kernels. Peel helped Arkansas end a 5-game losing streak. And Aaron Peel was named Minor League Player of the Day. And we thank Kernel Director of Media Relations Todd Brummelkamp for that info. A little Texas League looper into shallow right center, and it's just beyond the reach of Hunter Vick, the second baseman, and a 1-out single for Jordan Renz. Renz has dumped a single just beyond the reach of the second baseman, Hunter Vick, who turned his back to the infield and dashed out into right center. He could not get a glove on it, and Jordan Renz has snapped a string of 4 straight retired by lefty Mike Wodarczyk. Jordan's at first with 1 out here in the 4th for Brett Martinez. Brett singled on a 2-strike pitch into right, stole second, went to third on a ground ball out to first by Trumbo, and scored the game's only run on a 2-out RBI single from Dallas Morris. That was in the Kernel's 2nd inning. We're in the 4th now. 1-0 Kernels. And we thank Todd Brummelkamp for that valuable piece of information. With Renz running, Martinez pops one foul down the right field line, and it's caught by the first baseman in foul ground. A nifty backhanded catch by Rhyne Hughes on a foul pop by Martinez. The Kernels put the hit and run on. Brett did hit the ball the other way, but he popped it foul, and the first baseman had to go, a good 75 to 80 feet down the first baseline onto the crushed gray limestone warning track material, and he caught it for the 2nd out of the 4th inning. Renz had gotten about 2/3 of the way to second. Jordan turned around and got back to first in plenty of time. Jordan draws a throw, and he's back standing up. Well, I wonder if Aaron Peel gets a certificate or a plaque, or if he'll receive any sort of keepsake memento for his Player of the Day designation last night in that 11-10 victory by Arkansas. 5 for 6 was Aaron Peel. And he won the game in the bottom of the 10th inning. Former Colonel Bill Edwards was the winning pitcher in relief for Arkansas. Sure wish Todd Brummelkamp could have come on this road trip. Todd is such a valuable member of our front office in terms of his, well, not only his baseball knowledge, but his passion for the game, his sense of humor, his keen insights. He's always a step ahead of the game in terms of figuring out what the Kernels are going to do. There goes Renz. Trumbo rolls one to third underneath the glove of the diving Matt Devins into left. Renz will try for third, and Jordan makes it, sliding in ahead of the throw by J.T. Hall. A seeing eye slow roller that got underneath the glove of the diving Matt Devins. He dove to his left, did not smother it. Jordan Renz was running on the play, and he made it to third ahead of J.T. Hall's throw, and Mark Trumbo has singled into left. The Kernels have runners at the corners with 2 out and an RBI chance for Warner Madrigal. The Kernels have now out-hit Southwest Michigan 4-1, have runners at the corners, 2 away here in the 4th inning. Madrigal struck out looking with Martinez at third and 1 out back in the 2nd inning. Warner pumps the first pitch foul into the screen, strike 1. Aaron Peel, minor league player of the day last night for Arkansas, was a delightful kid as a Colonel, so soft-spoken, just went about his business as a professional. Ball one in the dirt to Madrigal, low and outside, and Christian Lopez, the receiver for the Devil Rays, just saved a run. Lopez is wearing dark blue shin guards and a dark blue chest protector. Last night, Alex Jamison, the Devil Ray catcher, wore green shin guards and a green chest protector. Madrigal launches the next pitch foul off the facade of the first base grandstand roof, and it's strike 2 to Warner. Madrigal wears his red socks up high, wears a long-sleeve red shirt underneath his gray road uniform. Renz at third, Trumbo at first. The Kernels have been a very good 2-out hitting team thus far this spring. Trumbo's running, and Madrigal got a pitch up out over the plate and fouls it back. Count remains 1-2 to Warner. The scoreboard here is above the 8-foot-high plywood wall in left center. It's kind of a grayish-blue color and keeps the inning-by-inning score. A high drive golfed into shallow left. It's a foul ball. The third baseman drifts back and has it to end the inning. Warner Madrigal lofted it down the line and left. The third baseman, Matt Devins, retreated and caught it in foul ground for the final out here in the Kernel 4th inning. Kernels had 2 hits but no runs in the 4th. There were no Southwest Michigan errors. The Kernels leave 2 and have stranded 3 thus far. The Kernels clobbered Southwest Michigan 12-6 last night, and after 3.5 innings this evening, own a 1-0 lead over the Devil Rays. You're enjoying Kernel baseball from Cereal City, USA, Battle Creek, Michigan, here on the Kernel Radio Network.
Don't you wonder sometimes how all those companies who claim to be the best can actually be the best? Doesn't just one of them have to be the best? When it comes to motor coach travel, Tri-State Travel is the best. We have the highest safety rating, the largest variety of coaches, a trained driving staff, and 66 years of experience. Don't you want to travel with the best? That would be Tri-State Travel, now at our new location on 7th Street Southwest.
Hi, this is John Rogers, the voice of the Kernels. I'd like to share a few words with you about Kernel team physician, orthopedic surgeon Dr. David Terse. My father was a surgeon, and like most sons, I looked up to him as the greatest dad and the best doctor on earth. When I was diagnosed with a torn meniscus in my right knee recently, I wondered if my doctor here in Cedar Rapids would measure up to my dad's standards. My doctor was Dr. David Terse. Dr. Terse's thorough and expert explanation of my x-ray, his calm and reassuring description of the procedure he would be performing, and his kind and confident bedside manner impressed me beyond my expectations. Dr. Terse has those exceptional qualities we all hope to find in our doctor: an established reputation of excellence, the ability to communicate with us so that we understand and trust his words, and that gut feeling that he truly cares about us. Dr. Terse is a world-class surgeon and a first-class person. I've experienced firsthand why the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, the Kernels' parent ball club, has entrusted Dr. Terse to care for our players.
Bottom of the fourth, and J.T. Hall, who's been virtually unretirable, if that's a term. He's been on base with 3 hits last night. He's 1 for 1 tonight. He owns the only double Ray hit, and he takes ball 1 low, and now a fastball at the knees, outside corner. Evens the count to the left-handed hitting Hall. 1-1. Heart of the order for Southwest Michigan here in the fourth. Strike 2 from Tommy Mendoza. Tommy's windup is very compact. He brings his glove and the ball together at his belt, then raises his arms to just below his chin and fires. Strike 3 call to J.T. Hall. Good morning, good noon, good night as J.T. Hall is sent packing. And that is 3 strikeouts so far tonight for the 18-year-old Colonel right-hander from Miami, Florida, Tommy Mendoza. Hall owns the only hit for the Devil Rays, a 2-out single off Mark Trumbo's bat back in the first inning. Mendoza walked the leadoff man, John Matulia, with 2 out in the third, but here's a drive into left center field gap for extra bases by Garrett Gross. Fielding it off the wall is Brad Kuhn, and Kuhn hits Heinley Stace to the cutoff man, and it's a 1-out double for Garrett Gross, a .341 hitter. Gross plugged the gap between Pat Riley and Brad Kuhn in left center, and that is just the second hit of the game for the Devil Rays. They have the tying run at second, 1 out here in the fourth inning. In the top of the fifth inning, you'll have a chance to earn a reward, 2 passes to the specialty tour Bruce Moore in Bloom in June, and a Bruce Moore souvenir book by answering our Bruce Moore Bonanza question right. Last night's winner was Pamela Nixon. We also heard from Jill Tracy, a regular listener. Jill, perhaps you'll email us tonight with the correct answer, as you did last evening. Pamela Nixon was our Bruce Moore Bonanza winner last night. We'll have the Bruce Moore Bonanza for you in the Colonel fifth inning. We're in the bottom of the fourth, and Southwest Michigan has their first runner in scoring position in this game, Garrett Gross at second base. Rhyne Hughes grounds one up the middle underneath Mendoza's glove, and that'll tie the game. Garrett Gross scores. Brad Kuhn overran it, but gets it back in time to hold Hughes to an RBI single. So a double and an RBI single have tied the game here for the Devil Rays in the lower half of the fourth inning. Tommy Mendoza got a little bit of a piece of that hard-hit ball to his left, about knee-high, but couldn't slow it down enough to prevent it from shooting into center for an RBI single. Rhyne Hughes, with his 4th RBI of the year, drives home Garrett Gross, and we're tied here in the bottom of the fourth, 1-1. This crowd comes alive for the first time. 4 rows of red box seats, then a walkway, and then 20 rows of aluminum back bleachers. Matt Spring, first pitch swinging, tips it foul into the mid of Brett Martinez, strike 1. Kernels had runners at the corners with 2 out in the top of this fourth inning, but Southwest Michigan lefty Mike Wodarczyk got Warner Madrigal to pop to third, a foul pop. Curve blowing away to the right-handed batter Matt Spring, ball 1. Spring's hitting .304. Couple of home runs, 4 RBIs for this right-handed hitting DH out of Dixie State Community College in Utah. Mendoza throws to first, and Rhyne Hughes was almost a goner. He just got back in, according to the independent umpire, and now I think Rhyne Hughes is shaken up. The Devil Rays hitting coach Brady Williams is talking to Rhyne Hughes. No sign of Southwest Michigan trainer Chris Russell. Rhyne Hughes is standing in foul ground, talking to the Devil Ray first base coach, and I'm still not sure why the trainer hasn't come out to look over the beleaguered base runner, Rhyne Hughes. 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. The Devil Rays have tied it on a double and single here in their 4th inning. Matt Spring, 4th round pick by Tampa Bay 2 seasons ago. Spent his first 2 years of pro ball with Hudson Valley, and in those 2 seasons combined hit .204. Matt's hitting .304 this season. A throw to first, and Hughes is back again, hand first. Kernels wearing their all navy blue road caps and gray road uniforms with red numbers and red socks. Is Hughes running? No, and a pitch shaves the whiskers. Leaning back out of the way with Spring for ball 2. Lights are on here at C.O. Brown Stadium. A picnic deck wraps around the left field foul pole. It's a picnic deck without picnic tables. They have countertops and chairs. A high pop foul out of play to the right evens the count. To the right-handed hitting DH Matt Spring. There's a small section of seats just to the right of the left field foul pole. 4 rows of aluminum gold-colored seats, and only one fella's sitting out there. Here's a towering pop foul behind home plate, and it'll hit the grandstand roof. Well, actually, it cleared the grandstand roof. It's still 2-2 to Matt Spring. Spring wears his white home pants all the way down to his shoe tops. Cedar Barnes, the manager of the Devil Rays, coaching at third, nestled between the third base bag and the coaching box, which is defined by a rectangular box. Mendoza's next pitch is looped foul into the first base stands, and the count remains 2-2 to Matt Spring. We're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A good pitching duel so far between Tommy Mendoza for the Kernels and Mike Wodarczyk for Southwest Michigan. There's strike 3 called, heaved in on the outside corner to Matt Spring, and with 2 out, it'll be Christian Lopez batting. That strikeout for Tommy Mendoza, his 4th of the game. Christian Lopez grounded out sharply to Tommy Mendoza to end the Southwest Michigan 2nd inning. Lopez has an open stance, and he uses a black lacquer bat, pair of white batting gloves, and an Uncle Charlie drifts low and outside. Ball 1 to the right-handed batter, Christian Lopez. Runner at first, Rhyne Hughes. He's not going. There's a breaking pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Kernels scored a run in the 2nd inning on a 2-out RBI single from Dallas Morris, his first run driven into the year. And the Devil Rays have answered with a run here in their half of the 4th to tie it at 1. Lopez shoots it foul up into the backstop, strike 2. Log on now to www.brucemore.org, BRUCEMORE.org. And when you do, you'll have a chance to earn a nifty reward from Bruce Moore. Oh, brother, the Kernels were on their way to their third base dugout. They thought they had. Lopez struck out, but it was a ball outside. For some reason, we've lost our internet capability here. We'll work on that between innings and see if we can get it back. Funny how that comes and goes. A pitch in the dirt, and down to second. with the go-ahead run scoots Rhyne Hughes. He was not running, but when he saw the pitch in the dirt, he lit out for second, beat the throw by Brett Martinez, and it's ball 3 to Christian Lopez. Well, let's see if we can get this internet situation rectified. Very strange to have it all game and then have it go out on us, but we're trying to fire it back up so that we can take your emails in the top of the 5th inning in our Bruce Moore Bonanza. Well, here's the biggest pitch of the young evening, a payoff delivery to Lopez with the go-ahead run at second. Tommy Mendoza steps off the rubber. Now he's back, set, delivers, hard hit, smash to short. Heinle Stacia has it and throws out the batter. That ball almost hit Rhyne Hughes going from second to third. It screened Heinle Stacia, but Heinle stayed down on it and threw out the batter. Tommy Mendoza prevents Southwest Michigan from taking the lead as he gets Lopez to wrap out to short. 1 run for the Devil Rays in the 4th on 2 base hits. A wild pitch. There were no Colonel errors. Southwest Michigan strands a man. They've left 3 tonight. After 4, it's now the Colonels 1, the Devil Rays 1. And this is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Reading stimulates a child's imagination, increases their mastery of subject matter, improves their spelling and vocabulary, and opens up new worlds of discovery. That's why Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels are teaming up to encourage elementary students throughout the community to read. Kernels players will visit 38 elementary schools this spring to talk with students about the benefits of reading. Girls and boys will then be rewarded with nifty prizes for achieving reading milestones. Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels, proud to stand behind our community's youth through reading.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe from me to you. A tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ears, and it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper is a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this.
I'm a pepper,
Right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a kick and mashup of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more. Ha, you know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
Kernels go back to work in a 1-1 game in the top of the 5th inning with Dallas Morris leading off. Morris, a two-out, 2-strike base wrap up the middle, plated Brett Martinez with the only Colonel run of this game in the 2nd inning, and ball 1 over but low from Mike Wodarczyk. We're reestablishing internet life here in Battle Creek, and we'll have our Bruce Moore Bonanza for you as the Colonels bat here in the top of the 5th inning. A swing and a miss by Dallas, strike 1. Morris hitting 125, and Wodarczyk, the 6'5" lefty, misses outside for ball 2. Dallas Morris, a worm burner to short. First chance for Neil Walton, and he answers it. Throwing out Dallas Morris, 1 away in this 1-1 game in the top of the 5th inning. If you've answered our Bruce Moore Bonanza question correctly already this spring, congratulations. Please don't email us this evening here in Battle Creek. That'll give all the other great Colonel fans who want their fair chance at a couple of passes to the specialty tour of Bruce Moore in Bloom in June and a Bruce Moore souvenir book, their chance to earn those. Log on to Bruce Moore's website now, www.brucemore.org, BRUCEMORE. And then you'll email me at john@kernels.com with your answer. Wodarczyk gets ahead of his former teammate at Boston College, Ryan Leahy, with a couple of strikes on the outside corner. Leahy had a hit taken away from him, leading off the 3rd on a 1-hop smash to Ryan Hughes at first. There's strike 3 to Ryan Leahy. Leahy was guessing, and he never got a pitch he liked, and he was called out on 3 pitches. That's unlike Ryan. 2 away here in the Colonel 5th inning. Our Bruce Moore Bonanza question this evening. The ever-changing Bruce Moore landscape will be the subject of what new event on April 28th at Bruce Moore? The ever-changing Bruce Moore landscape will be the subject of what new event to be held at the Mansion Bruce Moore on April 28th at 6 p.m. Email me your answer to that Bruce Moore Bonanza question right now at John, John, at Kernels, KERNELS.com. Brad Kuhn takes ball 1 inside. Now a curve blowing in. Ball 2 to the Colonel leadoff batter. 1-1 the score. Nobody on. 2 out here in the Colonel 5th inning. Strike called from the 6'5" lefty to Kuhn. A southpaw is starting to throw in the Devil-Ray right field bullpen. Big lollipop curve, high and in. 3-1 to Kuhn. The Southwest Michigan lefty in their bullpen is Aaron Walker. We're awaiting your emails here in Battle Creek, Michigan to our Bruce Moore Bonanza. Strike 2 on the outside corner to Brad. The ever-changing Bruce Moore landscape will be the subject of what new event to be held at Bruce Moore on April 28th. A high drive into deep left, and J.T. Hall broke in and then drifted back to make the play. Kuhn made a bid for an extra base hit as he lofted it the other way into deep left, but it was caught by J.T. Hall to end the Colonel 5th inning. The Colonels go 1-2-3-0 across for the second time in 5 innings here tonight. And as Southwest Michigan comes to the plate in the home half of the 5th, Colonels 1, Devil Rays 1. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs, internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners, we make a good team. Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative Communication.
It's unheard of, an industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kill Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kill Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Keel Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Keel Honda, where they treat you right.
1-1 game as the Devil Rays bat in the lower half of the 5th, and it'll be the number 8 hitter Matt Devins taking strike 1 in from Tommy Mendoza. Mendoza and Mike Wodarczyk, the tall lefty, embroiled in quite a pitching duel here tonight. 5 years difference in these hurlers' ages. Mike Wodarczyk, the southpaw for Southwest Michigan's 23 years old. Tommy Mendoza's only 18. Ball 1 is low to Devins. And the fastball is down and in ball 2 to the left-handed batter. A high pop-up to the right side of the Colonel infield should be caught. It's a fair ball, and straddling the line on the grass in shallow right, very shallow right, Mark Trumbo makes the catch. Matt Devins is fouled out to first, 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We have a Bruce Moore Bonanza question for you, a chance for you to earn 2 passes to the specialty tour Bruce Moore in Bloom in June and a Bruce Moore souvenir book. The answer to this Bruce Moore Bonanza question you can find by logging on to Bruce Moore's website, www.brucemore.org. And then when you find the answer, you can email it to me right here in Battle Creek, Michigan at john@kernels.com, John at Kernels, KERNELS.com. The Bruce Moore Bonanza question: the ever-changing Bruce Moore landscape will be the subject of what new event to be held on April 28th at Bruce Moore? An 0-2 count, and strike, 3 called to Hunter Vick. Vick is caught looking for the second time, and that is now 5 strikeouts for Tommy Mendoza. Man, has Tommy been strong. 2 away quickly in this 1-1 game in the bottom of the 5th inning. John Matulia is the batter. And first pitch swinging, he pops one foul off to the left, strike 1. Kernels scored a run in the 2nd inning, and the Devil Rays answered with 1 in the 4th inning. We're tied with the bases empty and 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Matulia swings and misses at a changeup from Tommy Mendoza. Tommy's trying to retire Southwest Michigan in order. Can he do it? A ground ball to the left of the mound, squirts to Stacia, and Heinle near second base fields it and pumps the throw to Trumbo to end the inning. John Matulia, a weakly hit grounder past the mound up the middle, but Stacia was there to throw out Matulia. Down in order go the Devil Rays in the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's try to get a correct answer to our Bruce Moore Bonanza. And we're checking our emails, but nothing's come in yet to John at Kernels.com, John at Kernels, KERNELS. We're going to keep it right here to review that Bruce Moore Bonanza question. The ever-changing Bruce Moore landscape will be the subject of what new event scheduled on April 28th at 6 o'clock at Bruce Moore? The ever-changing Bruce Moore landscape will be the subject of what new event scheduled at Bruce Moore April 28th at 6 o'clock? You'll find the answer by logging on to the Bruce Moore website, www.brucemore.org. And when you find the answer, email me here in Battle Creek at john@kernels.com. And we hope to have a flood of emails here as the Kernels come to bat in the top of the 6th inning. PRC is proud to support the communities where their employees live and work. PRC, the former Access Direct in Cedar Rapids, this season will be bringing food home to our community every time the Kernels sock a home run. PRC's Community Care Home Runs for the Hungry campaign will help reduce hunger in our community by donating $25 to the Haycap Food Reservoir for every Kernel home run. And thus far, this spring, the Kernels have 5 home runs. Thus, PRC's Community Care Home Runs for the Hungry campaign has donated $125 to the Haycap Food Reservoir. Well, first up for the Kernels in the 6th inning is Heinle Stacia to face this tall southpaw, Mike Wodarczyk. And strike 1 is in to Heinle, who struck out in the 1st and flew out to center in the 3rd inning. A lefty continues to warm up for the Devil Rays. Strike 2 to Stacia, that southpaw. For Southwest Michigan is Aaron Walker. The 0-2 to Stacia. A let-up, and Heinle just got a piece of it to stay alive. One the score here in the top of the 6th inning. Stacia wraps a 2-hopper to 3rd, and Devins taps his mitt, throws just in time. Oh, Heinle Stacia sprinting down that first baseline. Had he been batting left-handed, he would have beaten that ball, that throw, and had himself an infield single. That step and a half can make a big, big difference. And the Kernels looking for a base runner here in the 6th inning. Pat Riley stands in, and Wodarczyk fires a strike on the outside corner. Pat Riley, quiet so far tonight, is grounded to second and popped to short. There's strike 2, and this lefty has found his rhythm, I'll tell you that. Mike Wodarczyk, 23-year-old lefty, 7th-round pick of the Devil Rays last year out of Boston College. He's been dynamite. Can Patrick Riley come out of this 0-2 hole? He shatters his bat and rolls it to the left of the mound, popping off the mound to his right to glove it and throw Riley out is Mike Wodarczyk. You can hear the sound of a chainsaw in the background. That's because Wodarczyk sawed off Pat Riley. The business end of the bat wound up hurtling towards the second baseman, Hunter Vick. 2 out here in the Kernels' 6th inning in a 1-1 game. Kernels have out hit the Devil Rays 4-3 and look to put a man aboard here with 2 out and nobody on. Jordan Wren swings and misses. We're in the 6th inning, tied at 1. Wren singled in the 4th inning. He went to third on a Mark Trumbo 2-out base hit to left, but was stranded as Warner Madrigal fouled out to third. A high, lazy pop-up will be caught in shallow left by Neil Walton. 5 feet out into the grass near the line. The shortstop squeezes it. Jordan Wren is popped out meekly to short, and down in order go the Kernels for the 3rd time in 6 frames against the 6'5" dominating lefty, Mike Wodarczyk. After 5.5 here in Battle Creek, it's the Kernels and Devil Rays tied at 1. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. Smart athletes know that Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physiotherapy Associates of Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today.
Training and the highest quality craftsmanship in the world are 2 hallmarks of union workers. Prospective construction clients can depend on workers who have learned their craft and mastered their skills through the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades and Construction Council world-class apprenticeship program. These experienced tradesmen will work with signed contractors to bring flexibility, efficiency, safety, and the highest skill and quality in the world to all building and construction projects. Eastern Iowa works best when we say union, yes.
Technology pervades every aspect of our daily lives. This remarkable age we live in has a machine or a computer to meet almost all of our needs. But you won't find a technological device that can provide you with the personal attention for something as important as insurance. Neighbor Insurance Services, your professional Pekin insurance agency in Hiawatha, is trained on all insurance matters, including how much coverage is enough coverage. For personal attention to all of your insurance needs, see the insurance professionals at Neighbor Insurance Services in Hiawatha.
Twilight turning into dusk here at C.O. Brown Stadium, where we've got a pitching duel extraordinaire between Colonel right-hander Tommy Mendoza, 18-year-old Angel, 5th-round pick last year out of Hialeah, Florida, and Mike Wodarczyk, the 23-year-old second-year pro, 7th-round pick by the Devil Rays last year. Ball one a curve to Neil Walton as we start the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 the score. Walton's 0-for-2. Breaking pitch, and it's a beauty. Strike 1 called to Neil Walton. Tommy Mendoza has set the side down in order twice in 5 innings. Mike Wodarczyk, the starter for the Devil Rays, has turned the trick 3 times in 6 innings. That is retiring the Kernels in order. Strike 2 at the knees, a fastball to the right-handed hitting shortstop, Neil Walton. We may have seen the last, thankfully, of Mike Wodarczyk. It looks like lefty Aaron Walker may take over in the 7th inning. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. A fastball from Tommy Mendoza, and that is now 7 strikeouts for Tommy Mendoza, and he gets Neil Walton looking. Of the 7 strikeouts, 5 have been looking. Check that. That's 6 strikeouts for Mendoza. 6 strikeouts for Tommy. 5 have been caught looking. J.T. Hall struck out looking his last time up. 6 strikeouts for Tommy Mendoza. Ball one outside to Hall. Now J.T., a left-handed batter, swings late and slices the pitch foul out of play down the left field line. We're going to try one more time to coax you or drive you or encourage you to go to the Bruce Moore website for our Bruce Moore Bonanza question. The 0-2 to J.T. Hall. Bounced up the middle. Leahy backhands it underneath his glove. He got a piece of it. It'll likely be a base hit for J.T. Hall. Well, wait a minute. They may charge Leahy with an error. That's a tough scoring call. J.T. Hall's aboard for the second time tonight with his second hit. He had 3 hits last night. I think the Colonel brass will probably question that scoring call after the ball game, but it's a base hit underneath the glove of Leahy at second into center. And J.T. Hall is at first as a tying run. He has no steals this year. He's been caught 3 times. A sharp curveball at the knees to Garrett Gross. Strike one. Gross, first pitch swinging. Socked a double into the left center field gap and scored the only Southwest Michigan run in the 4th inning. We're tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. The throw to first and back safely diving is J.T. Hall. Log on to Bruce Moore's website, www.brucemore.org. There goes the runner. A pitch low, and the throw to second is not in time. Gets by Leahy, but Heinle Stacia was backing it up. Brett Martinez couldn't get that pitch out of his glove, and he threw awkwardly and late to second, skipping it past Leahy. But Stacia, the shortstop, was backing Ryan up, and J.T. Hall has a stolen base for the Devil Rays. And they are tied for 5th in the league in stolen bases. Go-ahead run at second for Garrett Gross. Extreme open stance, right-handed batter who lifts his front heel off the ground and takes a curve for strike 2. As you log on to Bruce Moore's website, you'll find the answer to this question. What will be the subject of a new event to be held at Bruce Moore on April 28th? It'll highlight the ever-changing Bruce Moore landscape. Fastball upstairs, 2-2 to Garrett Gross, the cleanup batter. Leading hitter for Southwest Michigan, 341, no homers, 6 RBIs. 1 for 2 tonight. Gross waves the bat back and forth from his shoulder towards the plate. Mendoza spins and throws to second, just ahead. Just ahead of the tag by Leahy. We have a winner in our Bruce Moore Bonanza. Fantastic. Curve and a tap to the right side. Trumbo underhands to Mendoza. Safe. Tommy fell getting off the mound. Twisted his ankle. He's fine, but he couldn't make up the distance lost between he and the batter, Garrett Gross. What a tough break for the Kernels. Tommy Mendoza got his feet crossed as Gross bounced one to first. Mark Trumbo on the broken bat grounder. Underhanded to Tommy Mendoza. The independent umpire on a bang-bang play called the batter safe. On to third goes J.T. Hall. Well, if the game turns on that play, the Kernels have nothing to hold their heads about. It'll be ruled an infield single for Garrett Gross. And the only way it's a single is that Tommy Mendoza got his feet tangled popping off the mound as he was darting towards first, and that's a very tough piece of a very unfortunate piece of bad luck for the Kernels. Gross, with 6 steals and 9 tries, draws a throw. He's back safely. Congratulations to Anna Broussard. Anna has answered our Bruce Moore Bonanza question successfully. Anna's a middle school student in Cedar Rapids. A high drive into straightaway center. I'll be darned. Kuhn catches it. A runner will score from third to make it 2-1 Southwest Michigan. So a little slip off the mound cost the Kernels a run here in the 6th inning. Rhyne Hughes puts Southwest Michigan ahead by a run, 2-1, with the sacrifice fly to center. Had Tommy Mendoza not gotten his feet tangled, The batter, Garrett Gross, moments ago would have been out at first for the second out of the inning. J.T. Hall would have advanced to third, and he would have been stranded as Rhyne Hughes flew out to center. However, because Tommy got his feet tangled and couldn't get over to first in time, the fly ball to center field produces a run, and Southwest Michigan leads. The runner going, a pitch high, the throw to second, runner out at second. Leahy put the tag on the sliding Garrett Gross. Caught stealing, it went 2-4, Martinez to Leahy, and that ends the sixth inning. But the Devil Rays lead it. They score a run on 2 hits. Neither left, well, they were both cheap hits, 2 hits. There were no Kernel errors, and Southwest Michigan leaves the bases empty. Tommy Mendoza may be done for the evening, and how impressive was he? He was terrific tonight. And as we go to the top of the 7th inning, Southwest Michigan now leads the Kernels 2-1. We'll give you the answer to our Bruce Moore Bonanza, won this evening from Battle Creek by middle schooler Anna Broussard of Cedar Rapids. After 6, Devil Rays lead it 2-1. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
In today's work world, knowledge is power. Training for modern job skills is opportunity and security. And you have one of the best choices for your future right here in Eastern Iowa. It's Kirkwood. Kirkwood Community College offers over 100 degree programs to give you new job opportunities or a smart start on your college path. Find out more today. Call Kirkwood Admissions, 398-5517. Kirkwood, start here, go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Papa John, and when I say better ingredients, better pizza, I'm not talking about a little better. I'm talking about a lot better. Let's talk about our pizza sauce. It's made from fresh, fine-ripened tomatoes, not from concentrate. And when it comes to ingredients, we select from the world's best. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. A lot better.
Call your neighborhood Papa John's today and ask for the Home Run Special, a large, thin, or original crust pizza with up to 3 toppings for $10.99. Just $10.99.
Great teams consist of diverse talents. Rockwell Collins understands this and is committed to developing diversity in our community. We recognize that our leadership in the aviation and communications electronics industry hinges on attracting and retaining a diverse workforce. And we're working with other Iowa companies to create an environment that nurtures diversity. Rockwell Collins. Different thinking makes us great. Great thinking makes us different.
Top of the 7th and a 2-1 ball game. A new pitcher on for Southwest Michigan, lefty Aaron Walker. Anna Broussard has earned herself 2 passes to the specialty tour Bruce Moore in Bloom coming up in June, and a Bruce Moore souvenir book. Anna logged on to Bruce Moore's website and answered our Bruce Moore Bonanza question this evening. The ever-changing Bruce Moore landscape will be the subject of what new event to be held at the Mansion later this month, April 28th. First pitch swinging. Brett Martinez rolls a pitch foul into the Devil Ray first base dugout. Anna Broussard emailed us with the correct answer. The seasonal landscape hike will be held at Bruce Moore April 28th at 6 o'clock. Hey, that's coming up, isn't it? It's this coming Friday. Ball 1 low and away from lefty Aaron Walker, on in relief of the starter Mike Wodarczyk. Wodarczyk, 6 innings pitched, gave the Kernels 1 run on 4 hits, struck out 4, walked 1. Martinez grounds 1 to third, right underneath the wicket, right underneath the glove of Matt Devins, and the Kernels get a break. Brett Martinez should have been thrown out by the third baseman, Matt Devins, but the ball went right between his legs, trickled under his glove into shallow left, and that's the 7th error committed this season by third baseman Matt Devins. E5, and let's see if the Kernels can score the tying run or maybe start a big inning here. Oftentimes when a guy makes an error, that is the impetus for some offense. Tommy Mendoza looks like he'll go back to the hill in the bottom of the 7th inning. It would sure be great to tie the game for him. Or, Martinez was caught leaning and they throw him out. Bobby Magallanes all over the independent umpire. Brett was leaning towards second, and the lefty Aaron Walker picked him off. Bobby dashing all the way across the diamond. Now in shallow right field, he's face-to-face with the Devil Ray umpire, or the independent umpire, That was a slip there, the independent umpire. And Bobby now trots back across the diamond. Neither Martinez nor Eric Owens, the first base coach argued, so much for getting a break on an error at third. Brett Martinez is picked off first, pitcher to first baseman. Well, I suppose the hit and run was on, and Brett was leaning one way towards second, and he got picked off. Ball one low to Mark Trumbo here in the seventh. A bouncer to second. Easy play for Hunter Vick. He fumbles but recovers and throws in time to get Mark Trumbo. 2 away here in the Kernels' seventh inning. The go-ahead run in this game scored by the Devil Rays when Tommy Mendoza got his feet tangled trying to get from the mound to first on a broken bat bouncer to Mark Trumbo at first, and that extra out in the seventh inning allowed the Devil Rays to take the lead 2-1. Warner Madrigal swings at a changeup and misses, strike one. Temperature now 61 degrees. We started at game time at 66 degrees. Aaron Walker, the lefty, delivers, and Madrigal taps it foul to the left of home plate, strike two. The Kernels had 2 hits in the second that produced their only run, 2 hits in the fourth, have not had a hit since the fourth inning. We're in the top of the seventh. Nobody on, 2 out. Madrigal in the hole, 0-2. Facing Aaron Walker. Ball one, high and outside. Aaron on in relief of starter Mike Wodarczyk, 24 years old from Georgia Tech. This is his third professional season. 6'3", 210. Aaron Walker pitches. Strike three called, a backdoor curve to Warner Madrigal. Well, the Kernels had 14 hits last night, scored 12 runs, but nothing going offensively for the Kernels so far tonight. But great pitching by Tommy Mendoza has the Kernels trailing by just a run. No runs for the Kernels in the seventh. An error at third by Matt Devins, but Martinez, who reached on the error, was picked off. There were no Kernel hits. The Kernels leave the bases empty and have stranded just 3 men tonight. Seventh inning stretch, C.O. Brown Stadium. Devil Rays 2, Kernels 1. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners. We make a good team. Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative Communication.
Are you looking to take your baseball or softball game to the next level? The premier place to do it is Perfect Game, located across the street from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Perfect Game's professional baseball and softball instructors will help improve your pitching, hitting, throwing, fielding, and base running abilities in Iowa's premier training facility. For the best individual baseball and softball instruction and training, visit Perfect Game. That's Perfect Game, just a fly ball away from Veterans Memorial Stadium.
When it comes to making buying decisions, people let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with ads, coupons, restaurant menus, and more. Delivering to homes and businesses throughout the area, Yellow Book combines the features consumers want with advertising rates business owners can afford. To place your ad, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. That's 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
A high, deep drive into center may leave the ballpark. It's at the wall, and it's over the head of Brad Kuhn and off the wall. A booming double by Matt Spring opens up the seventh inning, and the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays have just their 6th hit in 6 innings off Tommy Mendoza. Matt Spring hoisted it high off the 16-foot high wall in right center field for a leadoff double. The Kernels have Tim DeJurgis warming up in their left field bullpen. Tommy Mendoza surrendering a leadoff double to open up the Devil Rays 7th inning. Southwest Michigan owns a 2-1 lead. And now let's see if Christian Lopez will be bunting or trying to hit the ball to the right side of the Kernel infield, as Southwest Michigan has their leadoff man aboard for the first time tonight. Christian Lopez so far has grounded out twice, once to Mendoza, once to Stashit short. He fakes a bunt, and the ball right in on him. He tomahawks it foul, strike one. Tommy Mendoza came up and in and handcuffed the batter. Man, that's a tough pitch to hit, and Christian Lopez was swinging in self-defense. This game is flying along. And a foiled bunt into the dirt behind home plate, strike two. Spring at second, nobody out. 2-1 Devil Rays here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Is Christian Lopez bunting with the count 0-2? We'll find out. A curve, and it's lifted into right. Deep enough, I think, to get Spring to third. Yes, Madrigal has it near the line. He fires to third, and the runner is out at third base. Out at third, and I have to eat crow. I'm glad to do it. Warner Madrigal near the line exhibited the rifle arm that the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are so excited about, and a double play. Christian Lopez flies out to right. Madrigal threw a one-hop strike to Dallas Morris, and it wasn't even close at third. It went 9-5. Matt Spring gunned out by Madrigal. I thought that ball was deep enough and far enough towards the line that Spring would make it easily to third, but he was out, and now it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for Devens. Yes, Ryan Bethel, a switch hitter. Ryan Bethel will pinch hit for Matt Devens with the bases empty. And two away here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Well, the game might have just been turned around on a terrific throw by Warner Madrigal to Dallas Morris to cut down Matt Spring. Ryan Bethel takes a pitch down and in ball one. He's hitting 148 in 8 games, a switch hitter. And Bethel is pinch hitting for Matt Devens, who was 0 for 2. Strike one to the switch hitting Ryan Bethel. 148 average, no homers, 2 RBIs. Bases empty, 2 gone here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Bethel, the pinch hitter, fouls one away to the left, strike two. 2-1 Southwest Michigan. Warner Madrigal just electrified me with that throw from right field, gunning out Matt Spring. Now Ryan Bethel taps one to the left of the plate. Tough play for Martinez. Brett barehands and throws the batter out. Brett Martinez popped out from behind the plate, barehanded that little number to the left side, fired to first to get the pinch hitter, Ryan Bethel. It went 2-3, and it ends the Southwest Michigan seventh inning. A leadoff double, but no runs for the Devil Rays, thanks to a sparkling, strong throw from Madrigal to third to cut down Spring, trying to go second-third on a fly ball to right by Lopez. There were no Kernel errors, or nobody left by the Devil Rays. They've left 3. We go to the top of the 8th inning, and let's see if that Warner Madrigal throw will ignite the Kernels and give them some offensive spark. After 7 at C.O. Brown Stadium, Devil Rays lead it 2-1. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
The hottest feature in beautiful Veterans Memorial Stadium is the coolest place. It's the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. How can you and your friends relax and splash it up from the most coveted spot at the ballpark? Simply register at Center Point in Westdale Mall and listen to Mix 96.5. If you're selected as the winner, you'll enjoy the ultimate entertainment experience. AquaJet Stream Comfort atop the left field wall in the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. Brought to you by Westdale Mall and Mix 96.5.
It's unheard of, an industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kill Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kill Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Kill Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Kill Honda, where they treat you right.
Dallas Morris facing lefty Aaron Walker in relief of starter southpaw Mike Wodarczyk takes strike one called, 2-1 Devil Rays. Top of the 8th inning. The 0-1 to Dallas is low and away, ball one. From Aaron Walker, he's 1-0 this year for Southwest Michigan, on for the 6th time, a 3.46 ERA, and he's recorded one save. Dallas takes a strike on the outside edge. In 13 innings prior to this appearance, Walker has surrendered 7 hits, struck out 12 in 13 innings, walked only 1. Aaron Walker ahead of Morris. And a grounder to first, backhanded behind the bag by Hughes. And it's an unassisted putout for Rhyne Hughes. Credit Dallas Morris. He tried to go the other way on a 2-strike pitch, but he grounds out to first, 1 away here in the Kernel 8th inning. Kernels looking for their first hit since the 4th inning. Tommy Mendoza will likely hand it over to Tim DeJurgis in the bottom of the 8th, and Tommy Mendoza deserved a win here tonight. He won't get it, but he sure deserved one. Kernels have the second. Here's a line drive into the right center field gap, and it's a base hit by Ryan Leahy. Cutting it off is John Matulia. Ryan Leahy stepped into the first pitch from the southpaw Walker, and that's the first Kernel hit since the 4th inning. Leahy lashed it into right center. Matulia had to go way to his left to cut it off, did so. Held Leahy to a long 1-out single here in the 8th inning. Tommy Mendoza, 7 innings pitched tonight in his 4th start, gave the Devil Rays only 2 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 6 and walked 1, a throw to first, and Leahy's back standing up. Tying run at first for the Kernels here in the top of the 8th inning, 2-1 Devil Rays. What a stark contrast tonight's game has been to last night's 12-6 Kernel win. Leahy dances back to the base, standing up as Aaron Walker threw over there again. It looks like Tim DeJurgis will take over on the hill for the Kernels in the bottom of this 8th inning. A bunt by Kuhn, and the only play for the pitcher is to backhand it. Throws to first, not in time! Brad Kuhn has advanced the tying run to second with a bunt single. It was backhanded to the right of the mound, to the pitcher's left by Aaron Walker. Coming in from first was Ryan Hughes. He then tried to retrace his steps, got to the first base bag, not in time, as Walker underhanded it to him. And it's a bunt single for Brad Kuhn. Kuhn has used that weapon so well this season. He's at first, and Ryan Leahy, the tying, runs at second with only 1 out. And the batter is Heinle Stacia for the Kernels. First pitch swinging, Heinle fouls it into the rafters of the first base grandstand roof. 2-1 Southwest Michigan. The Kernels threatening here with 1 away. Have Leahy at second and Kuhn at first. A bunt single for Brad evens the hit total in this game at 6 apiece. Heinle Statia's nothing for 3 tonight. He's batting .286, riding a 6-game hitting streak in which he's gone 8 for 25. And Aaron Walker steps off. Walker was a Tampa Bay 30th round pick last year, or 2 years ago, out of Georgia Tech. And time called as the catcher, Christian Lopez, trots out to the mound. Well, we told you we have an 8-game homestand that commences a week from tonight, a 5 o'clock start versus South Bend. Next Sunday afternoon, a 2 o'clock start with the gates opening at 1. And it's our first Family Fun Sunday of the year. I'll give you the details in a moment as Heinle Stacia waits for the next pitch, the 0-1, and pops it in the air to first. This will be an easy play for Rhyne Hughes. He's in foul ground behind the bag for the second out of the inning. Heinle Stacia fouls out to first, and it'll be up to Patrick Riley, southpaw against a left-handed batter, if the Kernels are going to score for the first time since the second inning. Sundays are Family Fun Days at the ballpark. I'm remembering from last year that after every Sunday home game, thanks to Velocity Sports Performance, you can run the bases. And I'm looking for more details, and thanks to Colonel General Manager Jack Rader, I have them. A week from tomorrow, April 30th, is a Sunday Family Fun Day at the ballpark. Riley hits one high and deep to right. Going back is Garrett Gross, and he looks up. It's off the wall. Leahy scores. Here comes, rounding third, here comes Kuhn. He scores. Riley into third with a 2-out, 2-run triple. Patrick Riley has clubbed a 2-out, 2-run triple over the head of Garrett Gross in right, and he's driven in Leahy from second, Kuhn all the way from first, and the Kernels have put 3 hits together here in the 8th inning. Patrick Riley 0 for 3 before he belted one high and deep to right, and it looked like Garrett Gross was going to catch it. It looked like he had it in his sights, but he kept going further back, and it sailed over his head off the right field wall. A 2-out, 2-run triple by Pat Riley has given the Kernels a 3-2 lead here in the 8th inning, and we're going to have a pitching change. Aaron Walker is lifted. How about Patrick Riley? Thudding one off the wall in right, over the head of Garrett Gross. With 2 outs, Leahy scored from second. Brad Kuhn sped all the way home from first on a 2-run triple by Patrick Riley, who now leads the Kernels with 11 runs driven in. Wow! Patrick Riley has given the Kernels the lead here in the top of the 8th inning with a 2-out, 2-run triple. And a new pitcher on for Southwest Michigan is right-hander Greg Dupas, D-U-P-A-S, and I asked how to pronounce it. It is Dupas. Greg Dupas takes over. Aaron Walker goes 2/3 of an inning. No, he goes 1 2/3. So far, Walker has allowed 2 runs on 3 hits, all in this Kernel 2-run 8th inning. Walker struck out 1, walked none, and Greg Dupas takes over. Here's what you can do this coming Sunday, a week from tomorrow, April 30th, our first Sunday Family Fun Day. Popcorn only $1. Kernel players will be on the diamond for 20 minutes before the game from approximately 1:20 to 1:40, and they'll sign autographs. You can run the bases after the game thanks to Velocity Sports Performance. You can play catch on the field following Sunday's game. That's what Sunday Family Fun Days are for. Fun all spring and summer long. And a 2 o'clock start a week from tomorrow, Kernels in South Bend. Then Monday, the 1st of May, it's Nurses. Oh, by the way, Sunday the 30th is Viola Gibson Elementary School Day at the ballpark. Viola Gibson Elementary School Day at Veterans Memorial Stadium is Sunday the 30th. Then Monday the 1st, a 6:30 start, and it'll be Nurses Recognition Night, $1 Dog Mondays. Hot dogs are only $1, Monday, May 1st. Greg Dupas, on for the 6th time out of the Southwest Michigan bullpen, is 1-1, a 2.57 earned run average. In 7 innings, he's surrendered 2 earned runs on 4 hits. A breaking pitch outside to Jordan Renz. Runner at third, 2 out, 3-2 Kernels here in the top of the 8th inning. Can Jordan bring home Riley? Swing and a tipped foul, strike 1. It was into the mid of Christian Lopez. Greg Dupas, D-U-P-A-S, a 6'6" right-hander from California. He went to College of the Desert Renz was fooled on a changeup and took a half swing and miss. Strike 2 to Jordan. Boy, did Patrick Riley come up with a huge, huge blow in this game, putting the Kernels ahead for the first time since the 4th inning. Now Jordan Renz will try to battle out of a 1-2 hole and drive in Patrick. Strike 3 called, outside corner at the knees from Greg Dupas to Jordan Renz. That ends the Kernel 8th, but not without a thunderous 2-out, 2-run triple by Patrick Riley. In the 8th inning, the Kernels strike for 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no Southwest Michigan errors. The Kernels leave 1 and have stranded 4. And after 7.5, the Kernels now lead this game 3-2. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network. And we'll keep it right here for a moment as I've got, let's tell you that this call to the Kernel bullpen is sponsored by U.S. Cellular. It brings on Kernel right-hander Tim DeJurgis. And you can get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes only from U.S. Cellular after 7.5, Kernels 3, Devil Rays 2. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
When you're in the market to buy or sell a home, how can you differentiate one realtor from another? The distinction is clear when you consider the remarkable offer that Dick Ramsey of Skogman Realty makes. Dick Ramsey's offer is unprecedented. Buy one of Dick Ramsey's homes, and Dick Ramsey will buy yours. That extraordinary pledge bears instant replay. Buy one of Dick Ramsey's homes, and Dick Ramsey will buy yours. For the best home buying or home selling experience in Cedar Rapids, turn to the home team, Skogman Realty's Dick Ramsey.
It's unheard of, an industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kiel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kiel Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Kiel Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykiel.com. Randy Kiel Honda, where they treat you right.
Tim DeJurgis, answering the U.S. Cellular call to the Kernel bullpen, fires a strike. And now a high drive by Hunter Vick to left. Patrick Riley doesn't have to move a step. Hunter Vick, batting left-handed for the first time tonight. No, for the 3rd time, flies to left. 1 away. I neglected to tell you that Ryan Bethel, the pinch hitter for Matt Devins back in the 7th, took over at third base for Southwest Michigan in the top of the 8th inning. Strike 1 from DeJurgis to the leadoff batter, John Matulia. Tim DeJurgis out of Regis University delivers, and a high pop-up into shallow right. Drifting back is Leahy. Ryan waits and has it. Tim DeJurgis has retired John Matulia, the leadoff batter, on a pop-up to second, and there are 2 gone quickly here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tim DeJurgis has been spectacular out of the Kernel bullpen. The 6-foot, 5-inch, 230-pound right-hander, no record, on for the 5th time, and a 1.35 ERA for Tim DeJurgis. Neil Walton stands in, right-handed batter, ball 1 down and in. 3-2 Kernels, and we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tim rocks and brings it. Line drive into left. Pat Riley will field it on a couple of hops and try to hold the batter to a long single. Patrick does. Patrick Riley had to come in and to his right and near the line, prevented Neil Walton from reaching scoring position. Neil Walton has reached on a 2-out hit to left. And it brings up trouble, J.T. Hall. J.T. Hall is 2 for 3 tonight, 3 for 5 last night. He singled past Ryan Leahy into center, stole second, and scored a run in the 6th inning that gave the Devil Rays a 2-1 lead. That was erased on a dramatic 2-out, 2-run triple in the top of this 8th inning by Patrick Riley. Hall takes a fastball outside for ball 1. DeJurgis, no record, on for the 5th time, 1.35 ERA. Tim has allowed 1 run in 6 2/3 innings on 6 hits. Struck out 6 in 6 2/3, walked 3. Throw to first, and Neil Walton, 4 out of 5 in stolen bases, back safely. Tommy Mendoza, rewarded for his 7 innings of 2-run, 6-hit pitching, could be the winner now tonight as Hall wraps the 1-0 pitch foul straight back. 1-1 to J.T. Hall, left-handed hitter. Patrick Riley, when he hit the 2-out, 2-run triple in the top of this 8th inning, I thought it was going to be caught by Garrett Gross in right. Gross just kind of drifted back as though he had it in his sights. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Martinez couldn't find it, but it laid at Brett's feet. And holding it first, the tying run, Neil Walton. Bottom of the 8th inning in Battle Creek, and the Kernels lead the Devil Rays by a run, 3-2. DeJurgis leans in and has his sign, now shakes off Brett Martinez, now steps off the rubber. Neil Walton's at first base, being held by Mark Trumbo. Hits even at 7 apiece. There goes the runner. And a pitch corked underneath the glove of Trumbo. That should tie the game. Yes, it will. Racing around third is Neil Walton, and the throw by Madrigal goes to second. That's an error on Mark Trumbo that cost the Kernels the lead, and it will not make Tommy Mendoza a winner. J.T. Hall hit it sharply, to be sure, right between the legs of Mark Trumbo, and the go-ahead run Hall at second on a 2-base error by the Kernel first baseman. Neil Walton was running on the play, and he scored all the way from first. Tough break for the Kernels. That should be an error on Mark Trumbo. Oh, well, I have to bite my tongue. An inexperienced scorekeeper here has ruled it a base hit, but that's an error all the way on Mark Trumbo, and they'll change that call later tonight. J.T. Hall reaches second on a 2-base error by Mark Trumbo. And it ties the game. They've temporarily given the batter a hit, but they'll reverse that later because the ball went right through Trumbo's legs, unfortunately for an error, and now the go-ahead run at second for Garrett Gross, a curve, a strike called. Let's see now, forget about that tough break, and let's see if the Kernels can keep this a tie game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hall went to second as the ball went right through Trumbo's legs. A pitch gets by Brett Martinez, a pass ball, and on to third goes the go-ahead run, J.T. Hall. That's a pass ball on Brett Martinez. And with 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th, the Devil Rays have the go-ahead run at third. DeJurgis got the first 2 here in the 8th inning, a single by Walton. The inning should have ended on a ground ball to first, but it got through. Swing and a miss by the batter, strike 2. We're tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tim DeJurgis started his collegiate career at Pima Community College in Tucson, Arizona, then went to the University of Pacific, then to Regis in Denver. A high pop foul, and Mark Trumbo gives chase, but it's beyond his reach up into the stands. One hit in this inning, 1 error, and the Devil Rays have tied the game 3-3. Outfield plays Garrett Gross straight away. He has doubled and scored and singled. Tim DeJurgis with the 1-2. Ground ball to second. Leahy has it. Ryan to first for the final out of the inning. Southwest Michigan's Garrett Gross has grounded out to second. What a job by Tim DeJurgis to keep that go-ahead run stranded at third base. The Devil Rays rally in the 8th, 1 run on 1 hit. 1 Kernel error, their first of the night, and Southwest Michigan leaves a runner at third. They've stranded 4. As we go to the top of the 9th inning, we're all tied at 3 in Grand Rapids. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
When it comes to auto insurance, Westside Agency in Palo, your professional Pekin insurance agency, will make certain you're properly insured with the right coverages and deductibles. Westside Agency will tell you about the money-saving discounts from Pekin Insurance. Multi-car discount, good student discount, loss-free discount, 45-plus auto discount, auto home discount, low mileage discount. To see if you qualify for any of these auto discounts that will lower your premiums, visit Westside Agency in Palo.
John Rogers back with you for the top of the ninth inning. And looking ahead to tomorrow, Peck's Flower and Garden Shop completes their spring open house with a wonderful day of free drawings, door prizes, specials on plants and flowers. Peck's is celebrating quite a milestone, 50 years of serving eastern Iowa. They've been growing with the Cedar Rapids area since 1956. Peck's invites you to their spring open house tomorrow, and while you're there, you could be the winner of a door prize or enter for a prize from a drawing. Peck's has experts standing by to help you with your lawn, gardening, and landscaping needs, and they'd like to see you tomorrow for a special event, their spring open house at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads Northeast, Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. All right, here we go to the top of the ninth inning. It's anybody's ball game. And Greg Dupas fires low and away, ball one to Brett Martinez. Both teams have fought their hearts out here tonight. Stellar starting pitching from Tommy, a bouncer to second, and up to get it is Hunter Vick, and he throws the batter out. That's not Hunter Vick at second. That's Brandon Rusev. Brandon Rusev came into this game at some point, and Rusev throws out Brett Martinez. In fact, Hunter Rusev was the batter that flew out to left to start that bottom of the eighth inning. Brandon Rusev is in this ball game at second base for Southwest Michigan. And a pop-up to short off the bat of Mark Trumbo. It's a mile high, and if it ever comes down, it was caught by the third baseman. Trumbo pops to the shortstop position where the third baseman, Ryan Bethel, made the catch. So Bethel came in to play third in the seventh inning, and Brandon Rusev came in to play second in the seventh inning. Two gone here in the ninth inning, and Warner Madrigal will try to break out of an 0-for-3 night. Fastball from Greg Dupas, strike one called on the outside corner to Warner. A two-out single and an error resulted in the Devil Rays tying this game in the bottom of the eighth. Swing and a miss on a 90-plus mile-an-hour fastball from Greg Dupas. He's trying to strike out Madrigal on three pitches, misses low and away with a fastball. Warner stays alive and drills it foul down the left field line. They haven't made any scoring change, and they have every right to not make one, but for our purposes, we'll tell you for sure an error led to the go-ahead or the tying run in the eighth. Here's a ground ball to deep short, and Neil Walton takes his time, knowing Madrigal isn't a speedy runner, and lobs his throw across the diamond to get Warner Madrigal. Credit Warner, he put the ball in play, but bounces out to short. The Kernels go quickly and quietly in the top of the ninth inning. And as we head to the bottom of the ninth, trying to send this second game of the four-game series to extra innings, it's the Kernels 3, the Devil Rays 3. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' full-service landscaping and lawn care center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving eastern Iowans for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road, behind Guppy's on the Go. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of trees and shrubs like magnolias, maples, and lilacs. And for a limited time, buy any potted tree and Cedar Rapids Greenhouses will deliver and plant it free. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home. From retaining walls to ponds, waterfalls, and fountains, they'll work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. Lawn care featuring mowing, fertilization, seeding, sodding, aeration, dethatching, maintenance, and cleanup are all done with care and precision. For the highest quality and low prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's full-service landscapers at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin Insurance agent at Andrews Insurance in Cedar Rapids. I'd like to introduce you to an easy-to-understand, affordable life insurance plan with great benefits. It's simplified issue whole life from Pekin Insurance. The plan requires no medical exam, has guaranteed rates for life, and a guaranteed cash value. Life insurance made simple and affordable from Pekin Insurance. To learn more, contact me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
Neither starter will figure in the decision tonight, and both pitch their hearts out. Lefty Mike Wodarczyk for Southwest Michigan, 6 innings, allowed 1 run on 4 hits, struck out 4, walked 1. Tommy Mendoza, a little bit better, 7 innings pitched. He gave up 2 runs on 6 hits, fanned 6, and walked 1. The Devil Rays scored an unearned run with 2 out in the bottom of the 8th, and they'll try to win it here in the bottom of the 9th. The first hitter, Rhyne Hughes, takes ball 1. From Tim DeJurgis. Rhyne Hughes, a left-handed batter with no bend in his knees, and he corks it into shallow center. Kuhn won't get it. A one-hop single for Rhyne Hughes. DeJurgis made a good pitch right in on the hands of Hughes, but Ryan fought it off and dumped it into center for a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Well, what do you do if you're Skeeter Barnes and the Devil Rays? Do you have Matt Spring, who doubled off the center field wall his last time up bunt, or do you have him swing away? Throw to first and back safely the winning run, Rhyne Hughes. We're in the bottom of the 9th, and our baseball fun fact, an astounding statistic, which is an indication of how the batter squares to bunt, bunts it back to the mound. DeJurgis fields, throws to second. Out on a bang-bang play. Oh, that was a close play as Tim DeJurgis fired to Heinle Stacia. And I mean, Rhyne Hughes slid in, and it looked like he might have beaten the peg, but Tim DeJurgis with a gutty play threw to second. Stacia caught his peg, and they called Rhyne Hughes out. And a foiled sacrifice attempt by the Devil Rays. It went 1-6. DeJurgis 2, Heinle Stacia for the force out. Reaching on the fielder's choice was Matt Spring. Spring's bunt went about, almost halfway to the mound. DeJurgis gloved it, transferred it to his throwing hand, and I mean, the Kernels just got that runner by a whisker. A curve low and away, ball 1 to Christian Lopez. This baseball fun fact, an indication of how drastically the game has changed since I grew up following it. All the way through the early to mid-'80s, starting pitchers were expected to go the distance. There were no such thing as pitch counts and set-up men and all that. Swing and a miss, and 1-1 to Lopez. Here's our baseball fun fact. The 2001 Tampa Bay pitching staff and the 2002 Colorado Rocky pitching staff established a major league record by hurling only one complete game the entire season. I just can't fathom that. A 162-game schedule, and the Devil Ray pitching staff in 2001, the Rocky pitching staff in 2002, recorded one complete game each the entire season. You talk about wearing out a bullpen and coddling starting pitchers. Wow. Ball 2 outside, now ball 3 low to Christian Lopez from Tim DeJurgis. Winning run at first, 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning, 3-3 our score. Let's see if Matt Spring, who failed on a sacrifice bunt, is running. He's not. And a borderline pitch upstairs, ball 4. Well, that's the last thing Tim DeJurgis wanted to do was walk the winning run to second base, but he accidentally did it. And here is Ryan Bethel to bat. Bethel, a switch hitter, pinch hit for Matt Devins in the 8th inning. 3-3, bottom of the 9th. Ryan Bethel, as a pinch hitter, dribbled one in front of home plate, and he was thrown out by catcher Brett Martinez. Ryan Bethel with the winning run at second here in the 9th inning. Switch hitter out of Grand Canyon University, Tim DeJurgis, drops a breaking pitch over for strike one. Bethel's 24 years old. He and Brandon Rusev came into the game in the 7th, here's a shot foul off to the left. Yes, they came into the game in the 7th inning. Spring at second, Lopez at first, and an 0-2 count on left or switch hitting Ryan Bethel from Grand Canyon University in Arizona. Wonder how picturesque a campus that is. Grand Canyon University. Another fella on this Double-A team from College of the Desert in California. DeJurgis steps off and Bethel steps out. The Kernels would love a pop-up strikeout or double play. Southwest Michigan would like to win it here in the bottom of the 9th. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Ryan Bethel fans, 2 gone here in the bottom of the 9th. And if DeJurgis can get Brandon Rusev, we'll be going into extra innings. Rusev has gotten off to a slow start this season, hitting .029. No homers, no RBIs for Brandon Rusev, a right-handed batter. He led off the 8th inning by flying out to left. A curve and a swing and a miss by Brandon. Strike one. Well, I'm not sure if he was the batter or if it was still Hunter Vick that flew out to lead off the 8th, but we know this. Rusev is batting with the winning run at second. 2 out in the 9th inning, 3-3 the score. And a pitch in the dirt underneath the glove of Martinez. DeJurgis covers the plate as the runners move up to second and third. That will likely be a wild pitch on Tim DeJurgis, and now the winning run at third. Brandon Rusev took ball one. Brett Martinez just couldn't get in front of that one. So the plot thickens here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Brandon Rusev, 0 for 4 last night, batting with the winning run at third here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tim DeJurgis is working from the stretch. Time is called. Rusev is from Meridian Community College. And he played here in 36 games last season. 21-year-old right-handed batter. Takes strike 2 called outside corner at the knees. Well, here's how optimistic I was between the top of the 9th and bottom of the 9th. I got my ruler out and penciled in some extra frames, hoping that this would go to extra innings. The 1-2 to Rusev. Swing and a miss! Tim DeJurgis with a fantastic 9th inning sends this game into extra frames. No runs for the Devil Rays. 1 hit, a walk, a wild pitch, no Kernel errors. 2 left by Southwest Michigan. They've stranded 6. The Kernels in extra innings this year are 1-2. The Devil Rays are 2-0. We're headed to extra innings at C.O. Brown Stadium with the score tied 3-3. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Colonel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
Meet Jim. When it's nice out, he spends weekends in his yard trying to kill weeds.
Gotcha.
Meet Dave. He spends weekends on the green. That's because Greg's Lawn Service takes care of his lawn. Mowing, fertilizing, pruning, and, yep, weed control. Greg's does the big jobs, too. Landscaping, retaining walls, curb edging, and patios. So when you've had enough of those little devils...
Aha! Yes!
Call 393-0101. Greg's Lawn Service, a cut above the rest.
Hi, I'm Tanya Sedlock, your local Pekin Insurance agent at Andrews Insurance here in Cedar Rapids. We all know how quickly life can change. You buy a new car or a new home. Your family is blessed with a new baby. Your teenager starts driving the family car. I'm here to help with a complete line of insurance plans to give you protection when you need it the most. Pekin Insurance has been in business of insuring people for 85 years. I'm here to put your interests first. Please visit me, Tanya Sedlock, at the Andrews Agency.
Top of the 10th inning. Dallas Morris will lead it off for the Kernels against right-hander Greg Dupas. Dupas has retired all 4 Colonel batters he's faced so far. It's been a long time since we've looked at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. We'll do it here in the Colonel 10th. Dupas fires high and away. Boy, this kid Dupas throws hard. The 1-0 to Dallas. Low, ball 2. Three finals from this afternoon in the American League, 2 in the National League. On the State Farm Major League scoreboard, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Brad Dunn, Al Shetler, Dale Thompson, and Gary Shubat. Morris swings late and tattoos one foul into the first base seat. Strike one. 2-1 to Dallas Morris. In the American League today at Yankee Stadium, New York stomped Baltimore 6-1. Swing and a miss by Morris on a low fastball, strike 2. The Blue Jays trounced the Red Sox 8-1 at the Rogers Center in Canada, and our parent club, the Angels, edged Oakland at the Coliseum this afternoon 5-4. Dallas takes just low, ball 3. In the National League on the State Farm Major League scoreboard this afternoon, Milwaukee tied a big league record as they hit 5 home runs in one inning at Miller Park, and they dismantled Cincinnati 11-0. Dallas Morris can't catch up with the Greg Dupas fastball. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away. Here in the Colonel 10th inning, we're tied at 3. And the Cardinals knocked off the Cubs for the second time at New Bush Memorial Stadium, 4-1 this afternoon. They're in the bottom of the 6th at U.S. Cellular Field. The White Sox ahead of the Twins 6-2. Bottom of the 5th at Kauffman Stadium. The Royals 8 and Cleveland 4. A ground ball to deep short, and it's an infield single for Ryan Leahy. Leahy chopped it to the left of Matt Devins. Neil Walton made a valiant effort throwing from deep short, but Leahy legged it out. That's Ryan's second straight hit, and the Colonels have the tying run at first with 1 away here in the top of the 10th inning. The Royals, trying to break that 11-game losing streak, are winning at home 8-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning against Cleveland. Texas in the top of the 3rd ahead of Tampa Bay 4-2 at the ballpark in Arlington. Brad Kuhn shoots the first pitch foul into the backstop, strike 1. They're delayed by rain in Washington, D.C. again tonight, the Braves and Nationals. Also delayed by rain, the Marlins and Phillies at Citizens Bank Ballpark. Houston leads the Pirates at Minute Maid Park 2-0 in the 8th inning. Houston 2, the Pirates nothing. Bottom of the 7th inning at Minute Maid Park. And the Giants in the top of the 3rd in Denver's Coors Field lead the Rockies 3-0. And that brings you right up to speed on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. A 1-1 pitch to Brad Kuhn is over for strike 2. Kuhn bunted his way on and scored the go-ahead run in this game in the top of the 8th inning on a 2-out, 2-run triple over Garrett Gross's head and right by Patrick Riley. Kuhn, a left-handed batter, swings and whistles it foul to the backstop. This Greg Dupas is a flame-throwing right-hander. 1-1 this season out of the Devil Ray bullpen. Leahy, a short lead at first, being held by Rhyne Hughes. A changeup drops low, barely missed, and it's 2-2 now to Kuhn. South Slope Communications triple play showtime tomorrow afternoon here on the Kernel Radio Network in the zone. 2:10 here in the zone. Swing and a tip foul. The catcher held it, and Greg Dupas has his second strikeout of the 10th inning. And it's his third in this his second full inning of relief. I'm not sure the sound effect of a toilet flushing is the most becoming way to note a strikeout of a visiting batter, but if that's the kind of sportsmanship they want to portray here in their final year of pro baseball, so be it. I just don't think that's an appropriate sound effect, but we'll let it fly. Heinle Stacia will try to reach with the go-ahead run at first here in the 10th inning. Heinle batting left-handed. First pitch swinging, he fouls it straight back, strike one. Top of the 10th inning, a 3-3 ball game. Stacia batting left-handed, fouls another one straight back. And now Dupas is ahead of Heinle. 0-2. Greg Dupas is trying to fan the side here in the 10th inning after giving up a one-out single to Ryan Leahy. A pitch out. Leahy is not running, and it's ball one. Ball one to Heinle Stacia. We're in the bottom of the 10th inning. With 2 out, the Kernels have Leahy at first. Dupas is set at the letters. Curve low and in, and Stacia took it for ball 2. He checked his swing, according to the base umpire. A dramatic 2-out, 2-run triple by Patrick Riley gave the Kernels a short-lived lead in this game, 3-2. Devil Rays tied it on an unearned run in the bottom of the 8th inning. A swing and a miss by Heinle on a fastball down and in, and indeed, Greg Dupas strikes out the side, and he's been untouchable in his 2 1/3 innings of relief. No runs in the 10th inning for the Kernels. 1 hit, an infield single. There were no Southwest Michigan errors. The Kernels leave 1 and have stranded 5. Southwest Michigan comes to bat in their half of the 10th inning. Kernels 3, Devil Rays 3. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one.
Do you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Florentino?
You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared in Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? Hey, my hair is my trademark. I gotta be able to count on a good cut and stuff to keep my hair looking thick, even if it's not.
I get a good cut, no long wait, a smile, and a little something left over in my wallet.
I get little trims that keep my hair long and healthy, and stuff to make it loose and curly one day, straight and sassy the next.
With expert stylists trained in the latest trends and techniques and your favorite professional styling and hair care products, you'll always get what you're looking for at Cost Cutters. At Cost Cutters, you can always count on convenient, affordable, professional care and products that help you create just the style you want. At Cost Cutters, you'll always get a little more.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? A slick, clean cut, great highlights, and a little wig from the hottest stylist I've ever seen.
More of what you're looking for. Just yourself.
John Matula, the leadoff batter for the Devil Rays in the bottom of the 10th inning. Cheating in on the grass at third is Dallas Morris to guard against a bunt. Tim DeJurgis in his third full inning of relief, and the first pitch is lashed into left center over the head of Stacia for a leadoff single. Matulia just did line it over the head of the shortstop, and here in the 10th inning, the Devil Rays have their leadoff man aboard. That base hit off of Tim DeJurgis, the third for Southwest Michigan. A throw to first, and Matulia back standing up. Neil Walton singled and scored on a misplay at first by Mark Trumbo in the 8th inning, and that allowed Walton to score the tying run in this game. Tim DeJurgis trying to determine, and so are the Kernels, if Neil Walton will be bunting or not. He is bunting, a pitch out, ball one. So the Kernels thought the Devil Rays might be playing bunt and run. They were not. 3-3 our score. The runner goes, and a foul into the backstop. So they weren't hit and running on the first pitch, a pitch out. Skeeter Barnes did put the hit and run on. And his batter, Walton, fouled it into the net, connecting the backstop to the grandstand roof here. I'll sneak out of this booth hoping if the Kernels prevent the Devil Rays from winning it here in the 10th, I'll sneak out and see if we can get in attendance for you. A breaking pitch blocked in the dirt by Martinez, ball two to Walton, who faked a bunt. The Kernels made a roster move today. They promoted right-hander Daniel Hawkins, a stellar member of the Kernel bullpen, and a new Kernel joined the ball club here in Battle Creek, Robert Romero, a right-hander. All of that, a domino effect from Bartolo Colon, the Cy Young Award winner last year for the Angels, going on the DL. A terrific bunt up the first base line. DeJurgis will underhand to Trumbo, and a successful sacrifice by Neil Walton. And for the second inning in a row, the Devil Rays have the winning run at second with one out. The sacrifice went pitcher to first base, 1-3. This game started at 66 degrees. It's now 59 degrees. And the one guy you don't want up in this situation is up, J.T. Hall. I would walk him if I were the Kernels. I wouldn't even pitch to him. They credit him with a hit in the 8th inning. That's a hit I think will be changed to an error, but I'm not the official scorer, and I'm glad I'm not, because that's a thankless job. And whether it stays a hit for if it stays a hit for J.T. Hall, he has 3 hits tonight. It was a ball that went through the legs of Mark Trumbo that allowed Neil Walton to score the tying run with 2 out in the 8th inning. At any rate, J.T. Hall has worn out the Kernels in this series officially. He has 6 hits. Our right-hander is up in the Kernel bullpen. And that's the newcomer, Robert Romero. Robert Romero joined the ball club earlier this afternoon. Hall nubs a curveball foul outside the first base line. Strike one to JT, left-handed batter. 3-3, bottom of the 10th inning. The Kernels in 1-run games this year have won 1 of 3. Southwest Michigan has won 3 of 4 one-run contests. A ball got loose from the Kernel left field bullpen. 402 feet to dead center here at C.O. Brown Stadium, and a 16-foot high plywood wall, a darker green than the grass. It's an army-colored green. Tim DeJurgis with the 0-1. Outside and low, a fastball. Tim told us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play show a couple of nights ago that his father worked for the FAA. He's retired now. Wound up working on computers on an Air Force base. Swing and a miss on a changeup. DeJurgis is ahead now of the dangerous number 3 hitter with 6 hits in this series, J.T. Hall. Hall's batting .288, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Winning run at second, John Matulia. Outfield shallow for the Kernels, hoping that if Hall does get a base hit, they'll have a play at the plate on Matulia. Ground ball to first, backhanded by Trumbo, underhands to DeJurgis for the out. On to third goes John Matulia, and Trumbo combining with Tim DeJurgis to retire J.T. Hall. Hall corked it hard on 2 hops to Mark. Mark backhanded it, fed Tim DeJurgis, and on to third went Matulia as J.T. Hall is retired. Well, Garrett Gross is the batter. He's 2 for 4. Gross, a right-handed batter, didn't play in last night's series opener. We're in the bottom of the 10th inning, and the winning run's at third with 2 out for Southwest Michigan. I've got room in my scorebook right now for 14 innings. We're in the bottom of the 10th. Here's a safety squeeze attempt and a miss by Garrett Gross, your cleanup batter, trying to squeeze the winning run home. It was a curveball from DeJurgis. The winning run at third, Matulia, dashed about 10 feet down the line, but then stopped as the batter missed the pitch. A curve, and that one's nubbed foul into the first base double-ray dugout. Now Tim DeJurgis is within a strike and an out of sending this game into the 11th inning. Will he come right after Garrett Gross, who leads Southwest Michigan with a .341 average? A breaking pitch, tantalizingly low and outside for ball 1. Tim is pitched very well in relief of starter Tommy Mendoza. Fires high and away, a fastball, ball 2. Newcomer Robert Romero will likely pitch the bottom of the 11th inning if we can get it that far. We're in the bottom of the 10th. Knotted at 3 apiece. Game on the line. Winning run at third. The 2-2. Curve and a swing and a miss. Tim DeJurgis sends us to the 11th inning, fanning Garrett Gross on a curveball. Oh, a leadoff single by Matulia. He was bunted to second successfully. Winning run at second, 1 out, and Tim DeJurgis prevented the Devil Rays from winning this game. No runs in the 10th inning for Southwest Michigan. 1 hit. There were no Kernel errors. The Devil Rays leave a runner, their 7th stranded of the evening. We go to the top of the 11th in Battle Creek. It's still the Kernels 3 and the Devil Rays 3. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin Insurance agent at Andrews Insurance here in Cedar Rapids. Even though we all do our best to stay healthy, we can never anticipate when an illness or accident might strike. Couple that reality with rising medical costs, and the importance of a top-notch medical plan becomes clear. Pekin Insurance offers a wide choice of deductibles and a non-tobacco user discount. To explore the major medical insurance plan that best fits you, visit me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
Hi, this is Dave Town with Five Seasons Transportation and Parking. Do you ever wonder if it's safe to send your child on the bus? It is, and here's a few reasons why. All the buses in Cedar Rapids are equipped with security cameras, so the drivers always know what's happening behind them. The buses also have global positioning systems, or GPS, which means they can be tracked at any time by satellite. Does that surprise you? It shouldn't. Five Seasons Transportation takes safety very seriously, and we've taken many steps to make sure your child will have a safe, easy ride every time they take the bus. Even when your child isn't on the bus, Five Seasons Transportation is helping keep them safe by using pollution-free biodiesel and alcohol fuels, Iowa products that help keep the air clean. And if your child is ever in trouble, they can always flag down a bus for help. I'm Dave Town, and I like to think of the bus as a traveling safety cocoon, motoring along Cedar Rapids streets. And keep in mind, if the bus is that safe and easy for your child, maybe you should think about riding the bus to work. Affordable, convenient, and safe. That's the bus. Ride it.
Well, thankfully for the Kernels, that we've seen the last of Greg Dupas, who was overpowering in 2 1/3 innings. He gave the Kernels no runs on 1 hit, struck out 4, walked none. Now pitching for the Devil Rays is right-hander Chris Kelly. On for the 7th time, a 1-0 record, 3.68 ERA. No saves. Kelly has surrendered 3 runs in 7 1/3 on 8 hits, struck out 7, walked 4, and he'll face Patrick Riley, who swings and misses, strike 1. Chris Kelly now pitching, the 3rd relief pitcher used by Southwest Michigan. We're in the top of the 11th, and it's a 3-3 ball game. Chris Kelly from the Jacksonville University, 23 years old. His father, B.J. Kelly, pitched in the big leagues. Change up low and in, and swing and a miss, It's 0-2 to Patrick Riley. Tim DeJurgis will likely be lifted. Tim was fantastic in relief of starter Tommy Mendoza. It was Patrick Riley who gave the Kernels a 3-2 lead with a 2-out, 2-run triple his last time up. Ball 1 darts inside to Patrick. From Chris Kelly, Kelly. From the stretch with nobody on, nobody out, Riley just gets a piece of one and squirts it foul behind the plate. Tim DeJurgis went 3 innings out of the Kernel bullpen, gave up a run. Officially on 4 hits, I think he gave up 3 hits. I still think that ball that Hall hit in the 8th inning will be changed from a hit to an error. Patrick fells himself as he pounds one off his foot. It rolls all the way back to the base of the hill, where Chris Kelly will now consult with his battery mate, Christian Lopez. But the official line on DeJurgis, 3 innings pitched, allowed 1 run on 4 hits. Tim struck out 3 and walked 1. Robert Romero will likely pitch the bottom of the 11th, and it'll be his Kernel debut. Riley takes high, ball 2. The Kernels and Devil Rays play tomorrow. And will the Kernels have a 2-0 lead, or will Southwest Michigan win this one in extra innings to even the series? A broken bat ground ball foul past first. The barrel of the bat winds up next to first base, 6 inches from first base, right next to the bag. Wow. Back to the Kernel dugout goes Patrick Riley. Continuing our look at our upcoming 8-game homestand that starts a week from tonight, Tuesday, May 2nd, is a Triple Play Tuesday. For $5, you can enjoy a hamburger or cheeseburger, bag of chips, and soda for just $5. That's Tuesday, May the 2nd. The gates open at 5:30, a 6:30 start against South Bend. Patrick Riley is following the dirt path from the Kernel third base dugout into the dirt batting circle, now into the batter's box. Facing Chris Kelly, a 6'3", 200-pound right-hander who lives in Sarasota, Florida. Change-up and a swing and a miss. That is the 10th Kernel to strike out in this game, the 3rd in a row. Patrick Riley done in on a change-up from Chris Kelly. Well, as I said, I have my scorebook set up for 14 innings. We're in the top of the 11th, tied at 3. Jordan Wren's 1 for 4 so far in this game, the Colonel cleanup hitter. Takes low for ball 1. Guarding the line at third is Ryan Bethel. Outfield, straight away and deep, trying to prevent an extra base hit by Wren's. Jordan cocks his elbow high and hits one in the air, high and deep to left, and it's going to be caught. I thought he got more of it than he did. It's caught by J.T. Hall. I thought Wren's got a lot more of that pitch than he did. He did send it high, but not as deep as I thought, and Hall had to just take a couple of steps back to catch it. That must have hit either off the end of the bat or off the trademark. I thought Jordan got pretty good wood on it. But there are 2 out now here in the 11th for Brett Martinez. He singled, stole second, and scored one of the 3 Colonel runs in this game back in the 2nd inning. Ball 1 low from Chris Kelly. Robert Romero stands ready to go. Well, actually, now there are 2 other Colonel right-handers warming up. Martinez fouls one out of play behind home plate. Not only is Robert Romero warming up, but so is Ryan Aldridge. So it'll either be Romero or Aldridge to the mound in the bottom of the 11th inning here in Battle Creek, where we're tied 3-3. A ball gets loose from the Colonel bullpen, and time is called. Bases empty, 2 away here in the 11th inning. A let up is low to Martinez, ball 2. Brett started the night hitting .300. He's a right-handed batter with a slightly, and I mean slightly open stance. He uses a black lacquer bat. Martinez grounds it to third. Behind the bag, Ryan Bethel's long throw is in time, and Brett Martinez ends the Colonel 11th by grounding to third. The Colonels go in order in the top of the 11th inning. And we'll have a new pitcher for the Colonels. It will likely be Robert Romero, who just joined the ball club earlier today. And after 10.5 innings in Game 2 of our 4-game series here with the Devil Rays, it's the Colonels 3 and Southwest Michigan 3. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
If your spring cleaning plans include throwing out household furniture items, be sure to follow the instructions on the orange bulky item collection flyer you received in the mail. Up to 4 items, such as couches, mattresses, and box springs, dressers, wooden desks, and bookshelves, will be picked up by city crews. However, appliances, TVs, computer components, and scrap metal will not be collected. Your orange flyer will tell you where to dispose of such prohibited items. Thanks for using your orange flyer as your spring cleanup resource.
Spring open house continues tomorrow at Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. There'll be door prizes, free drawings, specials on plants and flowers, of course, and that Peck's expert advice. Peck's is located at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads Northeast in Cedar Rapids, and they're celebrating a milestone, their 50th year in business, growing with the Cedar Rapids community in eastern Iowa. Peck's open house tomorrow, drawings and free prizes, and your chance to seek the advice and counsel of the experts at Peck's. Robert Romero is on to work the bottom of the 11th inning. This call to the Colonel bullpen, sponsored by U.S. Cellular. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes, only from U.S. Cellular. When Bartolo Colon went on the disabled list earlier this week with the big club, Los Angeles Angels, that precipitated a wave of activity that has now manifested itself here in this series. Stephen Shell, a former Colonel, was promoted from, well, first of all, Kevin Gregg went from Salt Lake to the Angels. To fill that slot, former Colonel Stephen Shell was promoted from Arkansas to AAA Salt Lake. Former Colonel Rafael Rodriguez, who was 3-0 with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, was elevated from the Class A League to AA Arkansas. Our relief pitcher, who didn't give up a run in Well, let's double-check that. I don't think Daniel Hawkins... Well, he might have given up 1 run. Daniel Hawkins gave up 2 runs in 10 1/3 innings of relief. Hawkins left this afternoon, Battle Creek, on his way to Rancho Cucamonga, and appearing on the scene, Robert Romero. Robert Romero is a 21-year-old right-hander out of the same school that produced former Colonel and number 2 starter for the Angels, John Lackey, Grayson Community College in Frisco, Texas. Romero's first pitch to Rhyne Hughes. Fastball low, ball 1. Robert Romero, 0-2 with Orem last year in 10 games. He's a broad-shouldered right-hander, or a round-shouldered right-hander, and there's a strike on the outside corner from Romero to Rhyne Hughes leading off here in the bottom of the 11th. Hughes has 2 for 3, and he's driven in 2 of the 3 double-ray runs. We're in the bottom of the 11th, tied at 3. Swinging a foul to the base of the backstop, and Robert Romero's ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Romero was an Angels 7th-round pick last year, so they think highly of this kid. He's probably had a long travel day. I hope Ron Klein, the Kernel equipment manager, had some of that great clubhouse food that Rhodey serves up for Romero. Ball 2 is low. Rhodey got some fruit this morning at the grocery store, and he always keeps the troops well fed. An army marches on its stomach, and Ronald Klein knows that. Strike 3 called. Robert Romero gets Rhyne Hughes looking on a fastball inside corner at the knees. 1 away here in the bottom of the 11th inning in a 3-3 game. Matt Spring is 1 for 4 so far tonight. Led off the 7th with the Devil Rays leading 2-1 with a double. Tried to advance to third on a fly ball out to right by Christian Lopez, but he was gunned out at third by Warner Madrigal. Ball 1 low to Spring. So far, Robert Romero has kept the ball down, and that's what you want. Robert wears his gray Colonel Road trousers all the way down to his spikes. And a fastball, or a slider rather, looked good from here, but the independent umpire behind the plate says ball 2. Pretty good. 2 good pitches from Romero, and both have been ruled balls. Spring is standing there ahead 2-0. Fastball outside edge, strike 1. 695 here tonight in a game that started at 6:40 local time. It's almost 9:30 here. The 2-1. Blooped foul over the backstop. 2-2 to the batter, Matt Spring. The Kernels are playing what's called a no doubles defense. That means they're extremely deep, hoping to cut off any ball hit into the alleys and keep the winning run from going to scoring position. A pitch nubbed foul at the feet of Matt Spring, and it's still 2-2. Kernels entered play tonight, tied for second in the Western Division first half standings, and a win here this evening would give them sole possession of second place. That's because Beloit has already lost. A pop foul near the first base seats. Brett Martinez drifting over, but it rattles onto the grandstand roof. Talk last night on the broadcast about a childhood memory. My mom and dad brought my brothers and sisters here to Battle Creek, and we got to tour the Kellogg's cereal plant. And afterwards got to sample a bowl of Rice Krispies Snapple Crack Pop. Tony the Tiger was on the outside of the building. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Robert Romero records his second strikeout, and that is now 11 Devil Rays have struck out in this game. 10 Kernels have struck out. The last 3 Southwest Michigan batters have fanned. Well, what a beginning to his time here in Cedar Rapids as a Kernel. We're in Battle Creek, Michigan, of course, but what a great start in his Kernel debut for Robert Romero. Christian Lopez, 0-for-3 with a walk. Batting with nobody on, 2 away here in the 11th inning. Lopez is jammed, and he fists one foul into the right field Southwest Michigan bullpen. Grayson Community College not only produced John Lackey, the former Colonel and Angel starter, it also saw Danny Darwin go through their program. Fastball from Romero, Steve, right 2. Kernels 3, Devil Rays 3, bottom of the 11th inning. Great to have you along with us tonight in the zone. ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG Cedar Rapids, part of the Kernel Radio Network. A bouncer to short, charged by Stacia, and he can't make the play. It's a tough in-between hop, and it'll be an error charged to Heinley Stacia. That's a tough play that very few shortstops at any level will make, but they had to charge Heinley with an error, and that error is officially the second committed by the Kernels tonight. I think it'll be their third. I still think the ball that was hit by J.T. Hall that drove in the tying run back in the 8th inning in this game was an error on Mark Trumbo. But that's water under the bridge now. Heinley tried to get to that ball on the first hop. It short-hopped him. That is such a tough play for a shortstop. Stacia kept it in front of him, but it dribbled away from him, and it's an error. And here's a swing and a foul, strike 1 on Ryan Bethel. He's batting for the 3rd time tonight. 0-for-2 so far since pinch hitting for Matt Devins way back in the 7th inning. But that tour of Kellogg's, you can no longer take it. They have kind of a sample. A pitch in the dirt, and the runner holds it first. I thought he should have gone, but holding it first was Christian Lopez. The ball went about 20 feet behind home plate to the right of the plate, but I don't think Lopez saw it. The Kernels get a break. It's ball 1 to the switch hitter batting left, Ryan Bethel. Short lead at first by Christian Lopez. He's being held by Trumbo. Romero deals, and a fastball is fouled straight back for strike 2. Southwest Michigan has 10 hits tonight. The Kernels have 8. Each club has made an error. And we're tied in the bottom of the 11th, 3-3. 58 degrees now. It's cooled off from the game time temperature of 66. A change-up, and Bethel stays alive and pushes it in the air foul off to the left. But what they have is a mock or a sample factory in a modern museum called Cereal City, USA. It still attracts plenty of visitors in downtown Battle Creek, but it was nothing like getting to go to the real factory. They stopped those tours, I think, about 10 years ago. Ball 2 is high and outside, and now the deuces are wild here in the bottom of the 10th or bottom of the 11th inning. 2-2 to the batter Bethel. 2 out, winning run at first for Southwest Michigan. Outfield plays Bethel straight away. Robert Romero comes set at the belt, and now time is called. But Kellogg's was one of the first cereals that put a prize inside the box, a little trinket, and I remember collecting those as a kid. They used to be a lot sturdier and well-made than they are now. Ball 3 high, a delayed steal attempt, nobody covering second. The ball skips into center, but Ryan Leahy backhanded it. Well, Brett Martinez did everything he could. He threw a strike to second, but neither Leahy or Stacia covered the bag. It's a delayed steal of second, and now the winning run's at second, and the count goes full. to Ryan Bethel. Well, I don't have a good feeling about this right now. Let's gather our poise and erase the memory of that delayed steal. Lopez would have been out, but Stacia and Leahy apparently either were caught napping or didn't communicate. The pitch was high and away, a perfect pitch for Martinez to throw the runner out. He threw to second all right, but nobody covered the base. Swing and a miss. We're going to the 12th inning. Robert Romero strikes out the side, pitches around an error and a stolen base. In the 11th, no runs for the Devil Rays. No hits, one Kernel error, and Southwest Michigan leaves one man aboard. They've now stranded 8. And we head to the top of the 12th here in Battle Creek, and it's still the Kernels 3 and Southwest Michigan 3. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Diet Pepsi is taking you to the movies. All kinds of movies, like horror films.
Hey, there's a guy with a hockey mask outside. Let's go see what he wants. Okay.
Sci-fi film. Gentlemen, we're in luck. Those aliens speak American. Kung Fu movies.
Your English voiceover looks terrible. Taste my nunchucks.
Teen flicks.
I am so ugly. Well, you'd be hot if you ditched your glasses and your nerdy side ponytail. Oh my gosh, I am hot.
Foreign film.
Le French fries, the French toast. Baguette, le bougelet. Le croissant.
Crime films. So, did you find anything?
Only this computer disc labeled totally incriminating evidence.
Well, keep looking. Introducing the Diet Pepsi box office promotion. Find a code in specially marked Diet Pepsi packages. Collect and enter codes at DietPepsiBoxOffice.com to redeem for a movie ticket, even to action movies.
Well, the bad guy's dead. I'll just turn my back.
I can't believe you fell for that. Light, crisp, refreshing Diet Pepsi.
Subject to official rules, void where prohibited. 63006. Multiple purchases required. See website for redemption details.
Imagine the convenience of accomplishing your next real estate transaction under one roof. Buying a home, selling a home, or securing the right mortgage loan are simple and worry-free at Todd Financial Services. Todd Financial Services knows that you've worked hard to be able to make the dream of home ownership a reality. Todd Financial Services understands that people do business with people they trust. You can count on Todd Financial Services to put you and your needs first so that your real estate transactions are pleasurable.
For the Kernels in the top of the 12th inning, the numbers 6, 7, and 8 batters in the Allen Motor Company order to face the third relief pitcher in this ball game, Chris Kelly. Kelly retired the Kernels in order in the 11th inning. Kernels scored a run in the second, 2 on a 2-out, 2-run triple by Patrick Riley in the 8th inning that gave them a short-lived 3-2 lead. What Southwest Michigan's runs came in the 4th, 6th, and 8th. Mark Trumbo's ahead 2-0. Let's see if Bobby Magallanes in this 12th inning has Trumbo taking or swinging away. Mark uses a shiny brown-colored bat, and Chris Kelly fires a strike in at the knees. Robert Romero struck out the side in his Kernel debut, pitched around a 2-out error and stolen base to send this game into the 12th inning. Trumbo takes low and away, ball 3. Ryan Aldridge is up and throwing again in the Kernel left field bullpen. Outfield straight away for the Kernel right-handed slugger, and there's a chopper to short. It's an easy play for Neil Walton, and he throws out Trumbo. 1 away here in the 12th inning. Warner Madrigal at the plate. Thinking about those Kellogg's cereal boxes and not only having a prize inside, some little fun toy or trinket like a top or a little noisemaker that you could snap, or maybe an army man or a sticker. Or Kellogg's also put baseball cards on the back of cereal boxes, in cereal boxes. Some of them were called 3D baseball cards. Strike 1 to Warner. Now a curve is grounded past the third baseman into left field for a 1-out single. A diving effort by Ryan Bethel, but he couldn't get a glove on it. J.T. Hall retrieves it, and Warren Madrigal has the 9th hit for the Kernels in this game. It is a one-out base hit for Warner Madrigal. And even though Warner's not fleet of well, they're going to pinch run for him. Warner Madrigal's lifted from this game, and coming in to pinch run for Madrigal is Madison Edwards. Madison Edwards is on to pinch run for Warner Madrigal. Edwards will take over in right field in the bottom of the 12th inning. Madison Edwards is running at first base here in the 12th inning. But those 3D cards, some of them were called 3D Superstars, and if you buy some of the hobby magazines such as Beckett's, some of those Kellogg's baseball cards have escalated in value over the years. I have a Pete Rose, a Jim Perry I can remember. I think I even have a Ted Simmons, one of my favorite players who played in Cedar Rapids back in the late 60s. Dallas Morris at the plate. Madison Edwards pinch running. Kelly's pitch is popped behind the plate. There should be a play and will be for Christian Lopez. He has it for the second out of the inning. First pitch swinging, Dallas Morris is fouled out halfway to the backstop, straight behind home plate. Dallas 1 for 5, an RBI single back in the second inning. So Madison Edwards, the pinch runner, holds it first. And you just get the feeling the Kernels will gamble and send Madison Edwards. If you bring in a pinch runner, you might as well put him to use. Ryan Leahy singled his last time up, the only Kernel hit against reliever Greg Dupas. A throw to first, and Madison Edwards, who's 2 for 4 in stolen base attempts, is back safely. 3-3 the score, top of the 12th inning here in Battle Creek. Go-ahead run, pinch runner Madison Edwards at first with 2 out. Leahy, a right-handed batter. Runner goes, a pitch, a strike, throw to second, Madison out. We're going to the bottom of the 12th. It went 2-4. Rusev took the throw, and the pinch runner, Madison Edwards, who will take over in right field, is caught trying to steal second. It went 2-4. In the 12th inning for the Kernels, no runs, 1 hit. There were no Southwest Michigan errors. The Kernels leave the bases empty and have stranded 5. After 11 and a half, it's still a 3-3 draw here in Battle Creek, and you're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Don't you wonder sometimes how all those companies who claim to be the best can actually be the best? Doesn't just one of them have to be the best? When it comes to motor coach travel, Tri-State Travel is the best. We have the highest safety rating, the largest variety of coaches, a trained driving staff, and 66 years of experience. Don't you want to travel with the best? That would be Tri-State Travel, now at our new location on 7th Street Southwest.
Hi, this is John Rogers, the voice of the Kernels. I'd like to share a few words with you about Kernel team physician, orthopedic surgeon Dr. David Terse. My father was a surgeon, and like most sons, I looked up to him as the greatest dad and the best doctor on earth. When I was diagnosed with a torn meniscus in my right knee recently, I wondered if my doctor here in Cedar Rapids would measure up to my dad's standards. My doctor was Dr. David Terse. Dr. Terse's thorough and expert explanation of my x-ray, his calm and reassuring description of the procedure he would be performing, and his kind and confident bedside manner impressed me beyond my expectations. Dr. Terse has those exceptional qualities we all hope to find in our doctor: an established reputation of excellence, the ability to communicate with us so that we understand and trust his words, and that gut feeling that he truly cares about us. Dr. Terse is a world-class surgeon and a first-class person. I've experienced firsthand why the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, the Kernels' parent ball club, has entrusted Dr. Terse to care for our players. A 3-3 ball game here in Battle Creek as we go to the bottom of the 12th inning. Starters Tommy Mendoza and Mike Wodarczyk for the Devil Rays long gone. Mendoza in 7 innings gave 2 runs on 6 hits, fanned 6, walked 1. Mike Wodarczyk, the 6'5" lefty for the Devil Rays, pitched 6 innings, gave up a run on 4 hits, struck out 4, walked 1. Here we go to the bottom of the 12th. Let's see if Brandon Rusev tries to bunt his way on. Nope.
A breaking pitch low and away, ball one to Brandon Rusev, facing Robert Romero in his second inning of relief. Just arrived here earlier this afternoon. Ball two, low and outside from Robert Romero to Brandon Rusev. And in from second comes Ryan Leahy. Has a word with the right-hander. The Kansas City Royal regular catcher these days is John Buck, and he played here as a Michigan Battle Cat in 1999 and in the year 2000. In fact, I remember one of the front office members here in Battle Creek telling me Buck had a pet boa constrictor. Strike one to Rusev. A check swing as Romero came right in on him, and a little looper foul into some box seats that jut out from the first base grandstand. I haven't mentioned those so far during our visit here, but I don't know why they chose to put those seats in close to the field, even with the coaching boxes, as though they're the kind of seats you would see added to a Major League ballpark when a World Series is played, and then all sorts of dignitaries, celebrities, and big shots would sit in those seats. 2 balls, 2 strikes to right-handed hitting Brandon Rusev. Ball 3 almost hit him up and in, and it's a full count now to Brandon Rusev. He's trying to reach, leading off here in the bottom of the 12th as the number 9 hitter. Bouncer up the middle, and it's a diving stop by Leahy. Ryan throws late, and it's an infield single. What an effort by Leahy. And credit Brandon Rusev with the 11th hit of the night for Southwest Michigan. And also salute Robert Romero. He did not walk him. He made him earn his way on. He made the 0-29 hitter earn his way on with a ground ball base hit up the middle. Leahy dove to his right, made a whale of a play to prevent it from going into center field. Ryan then threw to first, but too late to get Rusev. Brandon may be trying to steal second base. Matulia squares the bunt and bunts it up the third base side. Dallas Morris calmly barehands it 10 feet up the line, whisks his throw to first. It's a successful sacrifice for John Matulia. It went 5-3. Well, let's see. This is the fourth time. This is the fourth time since the 9th inning that the Devil Rays have had the winning run in scoring position, and they have not been able to drive him in. Neil Walton will have that chance here in the bottom of the 12th inning. We're tied at 3. Ball one, low and outside from Robert Romero. 3-3 the score, winning run at second, 1 out. Bottom of the 12th inning here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Walton has an open stance. 1 for 4 with a run scored, and he drills the next pitch foul to the backstop. It's 1-1 to Neil Walton. The Devil Rays had the winning run at third, or the winning run at second with 1 out in the 9th inning, didn't score. Had the winning run at second, 1 out in the 10th inning, didn't score. Had the winning run at second, 2 out in the 11th inning, didn't score. They have the winning run at second with 1 out here in the 12th inning. Swing and a miss by Neil Walton. So Southwest Michigan has had by far the better chances to win this game since they tied it with 1 in the 8th inning. The 1-2. Corked in the air to right center. On the run is Madison Edwards. He has it. Rusev holds at second base. Madison Edwards fires a 1-hop strike into third, where it's blocked by Dallas Morris. Madison Edwards taking over in right field here in the bottom of the 12th inning. Caught that fly ball for the second out of the inning. Holding at second was Rusev, and now the Kernels talk it over. On the mound, Brett Martinez, Ryan Leahy, and Mark Trumbo. Robert Romero, whatever Martinez said, nodding in agreement. Here's trouble again. J.T. Hall, 3 for 5, has scored a run, drove in the game-tying run with 2 out in the 8th inning on what I thought should have been ruled an error at first, but they ruled it an RBI. Hall takes high and away ball 1. Maybe what Brett Martinez was saying is don't give this guy anything good to hit. If we're going to get beat here in the 12th inning, let's don't have Hall be the guy. I don't know if that's what Brett said. Perhaps he knows a ground ball to the left side. Stacia backhands it and holds on to it. The runner at third just got back in as he rounded third. Stacia threw to third. Heinle saved the game with a backhanded stop of, yes, another hit for J.T. Hall, his 4th of the game. But the runner at second held at third as Heinle had to go deep in the hole to prevent the Devil Rays from winning the game. It's an infield single for J.T. Hall, and he has 4 hits tonight, but he did not beat the Kernels. He grounded it deep in the hole. On to third goes the winning run, Rusev, and now Robert Romero will have a word with Ryan Leahy, the second baseman. The Kernels are trying desperately to send this game into the 13th inning. We're tied at 3, and Southwest Michigan has runners at the corners with 2 out. Garrett Gross, 2 for 5 tonight. G-R-O-C-E, not G-R-O-S-S, G-R-O-C-E. Right-handed batter. There goes the runner. And a pitch in the dirt, a wild pitch, and Southwest Michigan wins it here in the 12th inning. A wild pitch skipped all the way toward the Colonel third base dugout, and dashing home with the winning run, Brandon Rusev, and it's a 12-inning win for the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays here tonight. In the 12th inning, they score 1 run on 2 base hits, no Colonel errors, 2 left, and Southwest Michigan, let's see, 8, left 10 men tonight. The winning run scores on a first pitch wild pitch to Garrett Gross, and a wild pitch allows the winning run to score here in the 12th inning. Robert Romero, in his Colonel debut, pitched just well enough, but not quite well enough to send us to the 13th inning. He goes an inning and 2/3, allows 1 run on 2 hits, both here in the 12th inning. Romero struck out 3 and walked none. So the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays win the second game of this series in the 12th inning on a wild pitch. The series even now at a game apiece, and we'll tell you about what we have to look forward to tomorrow. We'll wrap up this game and take a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. All of that is coming up in just a moment. In 12 innings, Southwest Michigan wins it by the final of 4-3. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe from me to you. A tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ears, and it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper is a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this.
I'm a pepper, she's a pepper,
Right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a kick and mashup of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more.
I'm a pepper.
Ha, you know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Woo! Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
Your home is a place for savoring all the good things in life. It's a place for celebrations. It's a place where memories are created. To make sure your home is properly insured, Visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion, your professional Pekin insurance agency. Sheets Forest Draper will give you all important details about homeowners insurance with complete coverages and surprisingly affordable rates. Visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion for homeowners insurance for your well-lived and well-loved home.
An exciting Game 2 in this 4-game series in Battle Creek, and it was the Devil Rays who won it in the 12th inning on a Robert Romero wild pitch. They evened the series at a game apiece. Welcome back to C.O. Brown Stadium, where we played 3 hours and 12 minutes, and the Kernels got great starting pitching from Tommy Mendoza, their starter, equally fine starting pitching from Southwest Michigan lefty Mike Wodarczyk, and well, let's hold on just one moment. We'll hold on one moment and be right back.
It's time for the Kernels Curtain Call. Now, with a game recap, a complete look at the State Farm scoreboard, and a look ahead to upcoming action, let's rejoin the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
All right, thank you. Want to do things by the proper protocol as I kind of engineer the broadcasts and want to do things right here. The Kernels did a lot of things right this evening, but wound up bowing in 12 innings to Southwest Michigan 4-3. The Kernels scored a run in the second inning on a 2-out RBI single by Dallas Morris, scored Brett Martinez, and the Kernels led at 1-0 until Southwest Michigan tied it at 1 in the fourth inning off Tommy Mendoza, a 1-out double by Garrett Gross, and then Rhyne Hughes drove him in with a base hit to center. We were tied at 1. The Devil Rays took the lead in the bottom of the sixth inning on a 1-out single up the middle by J.T. Hall. He stole second and scored when Garrett Gross's ground ball to first was an out, but should have been an out. Tommy Mendoza got his feet tangled trying to get over from the mound to first, and Mark Trumbo's underhand toss to the Kernels starter Mendoza was not in time. Tommy was late getting to first because he got his feet crossed, and that allowed J.T. Hall to advance to third. He scored when Rhyne Hughes delivered a sacrifice fly to center. It stayed 2-1 Devil Rays until a dramatic eighth inning. A 1-out single by Leahy off reliever Aaron Walker. Brad Kuhn then bunted Leahy to second. After Stacia fouled out to first, Patrick Riley gave the Kernels the lead. A 2-out, 2-run triple smacked over the head of the right fielder Gross. Leahy scored from second, Kuhn all the way from first. Kernels led 3-2 going into the bottom of the eighth inning. Tim DeJurgis got the first two Devil Ray hitters. Neil Walton then singled into left, and the turning point in the game was a J.T. Hall ground ball between the legs of Mark Trumbo that allowed Neil Walton to score. They ruled it a base hit by Hall, but I'm going to stand by my statement. They'll change that ruling to an error on Mark Trumbo. Nonetheless, the game was tied after 8, 3-3. It remained tied all the way to the bottom of the 12th inning when Brandon Rusev on a 3-2 pitch reached on an infield single. He was sacrificed to second by John Matulia. After Walton flew out to right, J.T. Hall got his fourth hit of the game. He had 3 last night. He's worn us out. And that hit by Hall deep to short did not allow Rusev to score. Stacia backhanded it. But then a wild pitch by Robert Romero allowed the winning run Rusev to score, and Southwest Michigan won it 4-3. The final line score, the Devil Rays 4 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. They left 9. The Kernels 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. The Kernels stranded 5. Winning pitcher for Southwest Michigan out of the bullpen, Chris Kelly, 2-0. Colonel loser in his debut, Robert Romero, 0-1. The game was played before 695 fans, and it took 3 hours and 12 minutes. We'll be back in just one moment with our PRC play of the game. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Kernel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one.
Do you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Florentino?
You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared in Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta.
We're joining you from Battle Creek, Michigan on the Colonel Curtin call after Southwest Michigan scored the winning run in the bottom of the 12th on a wild pitch, and they even this series at a game apiece. Our PRC play of the game is queued up and ready to go. If you're looking for a career opportunity with a company with a great heart, contact PRC by logging on to www.prcnet.com. PRC is the former Access Direct in Cedar Rapids, and they call their benefits Life Essentials. They include paid training, casual dress, medical, dental, vision, and pet insurance, and a 401k retirement savings plan. Visit PRC online at www.prcnet.com. Southwest Michigan took a 2-1 lead in this game into the bottom of the 8th inning. Aaron Walker surrendered a one-out single to Ryan Leahy. Brad Kuhn then bunted his way on. There were runners at first and second, one out. Heinley Stacia fouled out to first, and that brought up Patrick Riley. Here's our PRC play of the game.
Sunday family fun day at the ballpark. Riley hits one high and deep to right. Going back is Garrett Gross, and he looks up. It's off the wall. Leahy scores. Here comes rounding third. Here comes Kuhn. He scores. Riley into third with a two-out, two-run triple. Patrick Riley has clubbed a two-out, two-run triple over the head of Garrett Gross in right, and he's driven in Leahy from second, Kuhn all the way from first, and the Kernels have put 3 hits together here in the 8th inning. Patrick Riley 0 for 3 before he belted one high and deep to right, and it looked like Garrett Gross was going to catch it. It looked like he had it in his sights, but he kept going further back, and it sailed over his head off the right field wall. A two-out, two-run triple by Pat Riley has given the Kernels a 3-2 lead here in the 8th inning.
And that's why we chose it as our PRC play of the game. A final break here from Battle Creek on the Colonel Curtin call, and when we return, we'll give you all the scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Stay tuned on the Colonel Radio Network.
The hottest feature in beautiful Veterans Memorial Stadium is the coolest place. It's the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. How can you and your friends relax and splash it up from the most coveted spot at the ballpark? Simply register at Center Point in Westdale Mall and listen to Mix 96.5. If you're selected as the winner, you'll enjoy the ultimate entertainment experience. AquaJet Stream Comfort atop the left field wall in the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. Brought to you by Westdale Mall and Mix 96.5.
It's unheard of. An industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kiel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kiel Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Kiel Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykiel.com. Randy Kiel Honda, where they treat you right.
John Rogers welcoming you back to Cereal City, USA, where the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays have evened this series at a game apiece with a hard-fought 12-inning 4-3 win. Time now on the Colonel Curtin call to we've savored our PRC play of the game, Patrick Riley's two-out, two-run triple in the 8th that vaulted the Kernels into a 3-2 lead. It's time now to bring you up to speed on all the scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Let's start, first of all, let's thank State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, Al Shetler, and Brad Dunn for sponsoring the State Farm Major League scoreboard. We'll begin in the National League. Milwaukee tied an all-time Major League record. They hit 5 home runs in 1 inning en route to drubbing the Reds 11-0 at Miller Park this afternoon. Today at Busch Stadium, the Cardinals upended the Cubs 4-1. Tonight, one final in the National League. The Astros at Minute Maid Park blanked the Pirates 3-0. The Marlins and Phillies were rained out in Philadelphia. So were the Braves and Nationals, whitewashed at RFK Stadium by rain. Colorado's batting in the bottom of the 6th inning at Coors Field, and the Giants lead the Rockies 5-4. Later tonight, the Padres will host the Mets. That game should be underway shortly. So too should the contest between the Diamondbacks and Dodgers in Southern California. Now let's shift our focus to the American League. 3 games played this afternoon. The first was the Yankees clobbering the Orioles 6-1 in the Bronx. Toronto romped over the Red Sox 8-1 at Rogers Center in Canada this afternoon. Our parent club, the Angels, even their showdown with Oakland at the Coliseum at a game apiece. Oakland won last night 5-3. The Angels bounced back and shaded the A's 5-4 this afternoon. The White Sox are pounding the Twins in the bottom of the 8th at U.S. Cellular Field 9-2. The Royals look like they're going to break an 11-game losing skid. They are ahead of the Tribe 11-5 in the bottom of the 8th. Kansas City leading Cleveland 11-5, bottom of the 8th at Kauffman Stadium. The parent club of our opponents this weekend, the Devil Rays, are trailing Texas 5-2. The Rangers in the top of the 7th at the ballpark in Arlington hold a 5-2 lead over Tampa Bay. And the Tigers are going for their 4th straight win. They're generating some buzz here in Michigan with their new skipper Jimmy Leland and some very good young pitchers. Detroit in the 4th inning leads the Mariners at Safeco Field 1-0. State Farm Insurance agents Brad Dunn, Al Shetler, Dale Thompson, and Gary Schubat bringing us that look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. The Kernels fought valiantly, so did the Devil Rays, and it was the Southwest Michigan Ball Club capitalizing on a wild pitch to win the game with 2 out in the bottom of the 12th here tonight, 4-3. The Kernel record now in the first half 9-7. We had a chance to take sole possession of second place in the Western Division with a win here tonight, but we'll have to start play tomorrow, still tied with Beloit for second place in the West. The Devil Ray record now is 7-9. The Kernels are 9-7. We'll be with you tomorrow here on the Kernel Radio Network, here on 1600 AM KCRG at 2:10. 2:10 tomorrow afternoon, we'll have the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. The final in 12 innings from Battle Creek, the Devil Rays 4, the Kernels 3. John Rogers wishing you a great rest of your Saturday evening, and so long.
This has been a special sports presentation from The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids.
Now back to our regularly scheduled ESPN programming already in progress.